Steel Toe Morning Show.
Good evening and welcome, everybody. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Howdy.
I want two things tonight. I want three things. Excuse me, Zevia.
Yes.
I want three things this evening. I want a great show, and I think we've got the material to do it. I want overtime because I've got new Ed and Michelle, and they went to a buffet. And I'm bound and determined to find a place these people won't say is great.
Please hate it.
And I hope the whole audience is dying for Ed and Michelle to hate something at some point.
I hope so.
And then I want to get back up over 600 members. That's my goals for tonight, is knock it out, do overtime, watch Ed and Michelle. And then from now on, Ed and Michelle, the chat goes on the left side of the screen. Ed and Michelle are right here. And we watch it together because Friday having Ed and Michelle with the chat, mwah,
it was great.
Loved it.
I was at my oil change listening to you, and it worked out fantastic.
It was. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. The Aristococks were hilarious, along with the rest of the chat. So, if you feel like giving tonight, gifted memberships are the best way to do it because, as MSO just said, Aaron loves members. There should be a shirt. Aaron loves members.
We can get that made.
But then, so I want that. And then Aristocock TX says, holy shit, what did you eat since 10:30? How are you so much fatter? You know what? This is what the Aristococks that can do to me.
That's cruel.
I was looking at myself before the show started, and I went, I look a lot fatter than this morning.
Really?
And I thought, you know what? You're just being silly.
I don't see it.
That's just in your head or whatever. And then Aristocock TX says, holy shit, how are you so much fatter? I'm like, I feel a lot fatter.
I don't see it, if that helps.
Well, you're blinded by love.
Of course.
Is the problem. See, now my body temperature just went up about 5 degrees.
Well, then you'll burn
that.
calories.
I'm also going to fucking kill this OBS for Christ's fucking sake. With the goddamn orange and red. I cleaned so much room out of this fucking computer. I've done so many goddamn things. And this shit. And I still get the blinky orange and the blinky red and the... Oh, my God.
You're going to make it by the grace of God.
I'm getting fucking annoyed. We better knock this out tonight, my friends.
Is it?
I'll tell you that much.
Is it restreaming everywhere? Is it?
It could be restream. It could be here. Let me see. Chevrolet JB says Rumble changed the app today. Did they really? It's interesting. Let me see. CPU 9%, 6%. So it's barely using anything. Now memory 72.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot.
So I've got too much shit open on that end. And it's, you know what it is? It's all Google Chrome. I got to not have so many fucking tabs up here is what it is. I got so many goddamn tabs open. I'm probably dicking away. But I always have a million tabs open.
Yeah, but we always have OBS issues. So could you open half of those tabs at a time?
That's what I'm doing. I have half our tabs open right now.
That's true. I mean, We do go through it.
I'm getting very much annoyed.
This computer does the Lord's work for us.
If it blinks one more time, I'm putting the white sheet of paper up. Because I don't handle this very well.
Say it isn't.
Trolls I can handle and smack them around all day long. I've been doing it for years. You want to talk shit about Steel Toe? I can smile and laugh at you because you look angry and silly. Blinking red light on my fucking OBS, can't do it.
I feel like it's taunting you now.
Yes.
It is green.
600 people instead of 700 people watching the show at a time in the morning. Can't handle it. Drives me nuts. Even though there is no difference between those two numbers. Drives me insane. Being told
what can we do for you?
Being told I'm fat every day by the same fans who say they love me, I can handle it. It's fine. Okay. It's funny. I laugh. Blinking little light on the goddamn screen. Lose my shit. What I'm trying to say in this rant is that it's a me problem. It's 100% a me problem.
There's nothing I can do.
You know what would be a great stress reliever? Sodomizing Kevin Brennan.
That was maybe one of the funniest bits.
That was great. Thank you to My Lost Interest for clipping that.
It was really rich. You're going to clip it and put it up too, aren't you?
Notice nobody from that world commented on it.
I haven't heard anything.
They kind of left that alone, didn't they?
Well, maybe they think it would be fun too.
Scared of the sodomy, Kevin? Huh? So you should be. It would be terrifying.
It'd be a total blowout.
It wouldn't be fun for you. It would be
fun for you though, right? Can you just put a wig on him or something?
Like, I want to be like Alexander Usyk when he calls out his opponent's name. Kevin! I'm coming for you, Kevin!
And that has two meanings.
Yes.
In this case.
Both of them. All right, so let's catch up with you guys. Let's throw in an obnoxious number of memberships. And we got almost a full one tonight. 245 is the number. Thank you guys for getting that started and getting us going. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. Tomorrow it's going to be a very busy day. April's going to be filling in for Johnny again.
Yeah.
We're going to give Johnny another day to rest. Johnny's going to Zoom in on Wednesday.
Okay.
I just want to give him time to rest because when he comes in, Johnny's one of those guys, like, come to work sick guy.
Yeah.
Where he thinks he's being like strong and tough and brave, but it's like, no. You're going to get everybody else sick. Just fucking rest. We got it. We'll handle it. We've got it covered. Like he thinks he's being like sacrificing for the team. If you come in all sick and run down, you're going to be slower than me. The show's going to be shitty. It's not going to be good. Rest up. Take it easy. Zoom in on Wednesday. We'll see how it goes Thursday. And it'll be fine. So
yeah, I want him to feel better.
April and I tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to be hosting the Anthony Cumia Show with Gino Bisconti tomorrow on compoundmedia.com. So be sure to get your memberships for Compound or at least your free trials.
How exciting.
For Compound. Gino and I will go on at 3 o'clock Central tomorrow. And then judging how the rest of the day goes, we may or may not have an evening show tomorrow night. That's all I'll say. I hope we don't because it's going to be an incredibly busy day, but it kind of depends on how the rest of the week sits as it is. Let's continue on here. Dat Pixon says, I wanted to donate to the cause, but that Chrissy Mayer shirt made me hesitate. Well, wait a minute. You're 2 letters away from a different name. Are you sure you didn't just want to punch the shirt in the face for old time's sake?
That does sound cruel.
You abusive bastard.
But on the nose.
Not you, Dat Pixon. Not Dat Pixon. It was more
somebody else.
Somebody,
remarkably close to you.
You know what? You know what? You wouldn't know him. Nobody does. Hobo Chili Recipe says either you're getting fatter or that shirt's getting smaller. Also, I know hunting season started. Did April skin Komodo dragon? What's with the shirt?
Excuse me. Wasn't it E-Rock once who said that I look like an Amazon in this thing?
Yes.
That was maybe one of the highlight comments of my life.
Dat Pixon says Chrome is a great browser, but it has awful memory issues. It certainly fucking does. Jesus. You pay a memory price. Rusty Grammar says we've been telling you this since the squeaky Twitch feed days, brah. The computer's great.
Do you remember just wanting to punch the computer back then?
Yes, I do.
I do.
Aristocock TX says, fuck you, Aaron, and YouTube. The algorithm recommended Melton. I almost slit my wrists. Maybe if, I'm sorry, man. That's too bad. I would feel upset if I were you, too.
You know what you do when Melton gets recommended to you? You hit them 3 little dots in the corner that says, not interested.
Yeah. It's the only way to handle it.
And then he never does it again.
Otherwise, you go into this weird world of sadness and loneliness. It's really bad. Or unless it's the video where he plays my stand-up, then definitely watch it because it's just me killing in front of a sold-out room and Patrick losing his mind about it. That would be kind of fun.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. And then Patrick, we got to tell him what that fat wannabe did today. So I get a text from Jason at Partners Pub, and he goes, "What the hell is this?" And he forwards me an email. Patrick Melton created a Yahoo email address and pretended to be from an LNN, a news organization. And I don't know if he's just this stupid or what, but he told the guy, like, I'm going to talk to the city council, and I'm going to talk to the university, and I'm going to talk to the Chamber of Commerce about your business if you don't comment for the story we're doing. And he's like, who? And he said to me, who is this retard? And I go, it's a guy who's obsessed with our program and follows us like a lost puppy. It's really cute. He's like our understudy.
He is lost without you.
And I said, he just can't handle the fact that we had a sold out show. I killed on stage, and he can't get a stand-up gig to save his life. I would draw more people in his own town than he would. So he tried to pull like a weird, scared cancel move on Partners Pub. And Jason wrote back to me. He wrote, LOL, who has this kind of time on their hands?
Which is the right question.
Yeah. So he just brushed it right off and went, what a retard. There's nothing worse than like trying to scare someone with something and them and another person, them showing it to another person, and those two people laughing at you.
Having a good laugh.
I'm sorry, Patrick, but everything you've tried to do with this show, and you've tried for almost a year now, we just laugh at you with other people. It's pretty great. Hobo Chili starting us off tonight with $4.99 says, how the hell did you gain 20 pounds since this morning? You look aggressively chubby this evening. You need to eat salad with water dressing, fatty.
You know, maybe they're talking about me. There's a chance.
Just really, really fucking hurts.
I promise you don't look fat.
It just really stings us all, and I'm having a hard time. But guess what? The light is green.
It's very green. Like a salad.
Dat Pixon says, are you saying Johnny's going to make you all cripples if he comes in? No. I'm not saying his crippledness is catchy. What I'm saying is, like, he comes in when he hasn't slept and he feels like shit and his MS is bad, and then he drags ass on the show, and the show's not very good, but he thinks he's being like a tough guy. And, like, he needs to brave it out for me. And I always tell him, like, Johnny, fucking rest.
Yeah, just get better.
We'll just swap the days. It's totally fine.
I'm not
You're
greedy.
okay.
I'm not going to take every day this week. I love Johnny on the show.
Yeah.
I like listening.
I do, too. That's why I want him to rest. Because I know if he comes in dragging ass, that puts him another day behind recovering.
It brings me great joy to listen to you, too.
Well, it's like anybody else at work. If you're sick, take a day off work. That way you won't feel like shit for 3 days in a row.
Right. When you come in not feeling well, it does prolong like your healing.
Aristocock says, if you thought about bulimia, I have, long and hard. I don't like
Ew.
vomiting. It's too acidic. It's not for me.
You've got bad teeth already.
Yeah.
You can't have that acid on.
I can't keep that going. Can't keep it going. Aristocock says, I blame April for enabling him. She did grow up on a farm and is used to feeding the pigs slop.
I'm really sorry.
Rebel Fluff says, I always thought Cumia would be filling you in, Aaron, not the other way around. Love is love, as they say. Oh, he was going to sodomize me like I did Kevin Brennan this morning.
Would you let him, though?
Anthony?
Yeah.
For the goof.
Right.
For the goof.
For the story.
For the show. For the show. But Dat Pixon with $5 says, unlike Pat Dixon, I only hit girls with laughter. Aww, that's adorable.
See, that's sweet.
That's very sweet. And then Rincewind said, with $5 says, Aaron, do you milk your udders into a bucket for your wife to make cheese and butter before she heads out to hunt eggs in nests? It's fucking hurtful, man. It's really hurtful.
You guys are too creative.
But it does put us to $2.35 for tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that.
If you want to keep paying to like roast the two of us, you can spread it around over here too.
Yeah,
it's
you guys,
not all him.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, everybody throw it in and throw some shit at the wall. Throw some roasts out there. I have no problem with it.
It's all right.
Or no, I mean, it all hurts me very much, and I don't want you to do it.
But
Please don't.
I think by the grace of God, we'll sleep tonight. I
think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I really do. I think I'm gonna be okay. Aristocock says 245 is the goal, not dollars. What Aaron wishes he could be. If I were 245, it'd be over.
And I have a divorce clause at 240, so
I'm 225, and I feel like a giant blubber whale.
He would be single and dead. So I don't think that sounds like fun, right?
Yeah. Johnny says I literally called in this morning for those reasons. Just saying. I know. I'm saying that's good. I'm saying you're being good. I'm saying that's an improvement. In the past, you'd be like coming in here like, oh man, I haven't slept. I feel like shit. It's like you don't need to impress me. You don't need to dig down deep to do a show. Just fucking keep sleeping.
Johnny's a soldier through everything. I appreciate that guy.
He is a soldier. $4.99 from Hobo says, April, your hair looks fat, and I guess your hairbrush has taken a vacation. Jesus, your hair looks atrocious. Get a cancer wig at least.
I'll take it into consideration.
Take it under advisement.
I'll start with a new brush. How does that sound? I'll get a new brush. Mine's old.
There you go.
Just for Hobo.
Hobo says you need one, man.
Okay.
And if Hobo
I
says
believe
you
him.
need one.
I do. He's very supportive.
Yeah.
So
The Hobo's, you know what he's ultimately trying to do?
Help me.
He's just trying to help.
He's just trying to help me be better.
He's just trying to help us all improve ourselves as human beings. All right, guys. Thanks for the early start. 2:35. Let's jump under 200 for the next for the top of the hour. I didn't know this. I just saw this today. Matthew Perry makes $20 million a year from Friends still.
I mean, it's kind of a big deal, even if you don't like it.
But there's how many of those assholes were there? 6? 5, 6?
I think it's 6. Who you got? Ross, Chandler, Joey, Rachel, Monica, Phoebe. 6.
That means that just for the actors alone, the royalties for Friends are $120 million a year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's impressive, actually.
I mean, I'm sure everybody who worked on the show gets residuals. So,
well, think about all the shit that has Friends, like all the merch and stuff, like every shirt that has Friends shit on it.
Do you think Tom
mugs.
Selleck's making $1 million a year from Friends?
No.
If Matthew Perry's making 20,
okay, maybe. By comparison, sure. He was a big chunk of
the
it.
coffee shop guy, he's dead, right?
Gunther died, yes.
Okay, coffee shop guy's dead. Who are some of the other like bit players?
Oh, the Gellers, like the parents.
Oh, the guy from American History X.
The woman's in shit too.
Eli Gould, I think is his name.
I really don't want you to know this name.
Elliot Gould. No, I think it's Eli Gould. Well, that's not him. What was his name?
Why don't you just look up?
Oh yeah, that is Elliot Gould. God, I fucking nailed that.
Yeah, so those guys are big. The wife is a big deal too. And then Rachel's mom is kind of a big deal.
Okay. So
I don't know. There's a couple people in there.
I bet you Elliot Gould still makes a nice buck or two from that show.
Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was in there for a long time
bit?
at the end. Oh yeah, he married Phoebe at the end. He was in there for a long time.
So he's making money.
Paul Rudd was in there.
Curly Adam with $5 says Aaron has nice tits. Johnny would be a bad soldier. Because of the legs, I see.
Brad Pitt.
Dat Pixon with $2 says E-Rock also feels like a giant blubber whale. Why? What did poor E-Rock do?
No, E-Rock's a lovely man.
Why did E-Rock have to come into any of this, Dat Pixon? That's very...
Mr. Nagel.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's Boss Man Nagel from where we are.
He always told us, he used to be fussy, and he's like, just call me Eric.
Yeah, just call me Eric. And I said, you've got it, Mr. Nagel. Oh, I'll work on it. I promise. Thank you very much. Those two bring us down to 2:30 for tonight. Thank you very much. Must be time to go to the dentist, huh? Sorry.
I've never heard content this in my life.
I'll knock it off. Triple N says, Paul Rudd is Jewish. That surprised me.
Is he
I like it when people say, like, so-and-so's Jewish, and then they go, kind of take something out of it for me.
Wow. I wouldn't have seen him as Jewish.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
I just figure, what I do in Hollywood is I just assume Jewish until they tell me different.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not just going to buy that. Paul Rudd, Jewish. 10 things to know about Jewish actor Paul Rudd. Well, that does it.
That's pretty upfront.
Born to English-born Jewish parents. Well, there you go.
I do wonder how much he made off Friends. He's there for a minute.
Stevie J says, I think Magnum P.I. had a few crossover episodes with Friends. No, Tom Selleck was in there for a little bit, so I wonder what he makes.
He was a love interest. He was in there for a chunk, left for a chunk, and came back for a chunk.
D. Gulag about Paul Rudd being Jewish. He says, very rare for Hollywood. Very rare.
I don't know of any other Jews, though.
Remarkably rare. I couldn't. Dude, honestly,
I could never name one.
I couldn't name you one, even though I just named one a little bit ago in Elliot Gould, who might be the most Jewish.
Or they're lawyers. I couldn't think of any, like, actors, lawyers, or anything that could be Jewish.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think so.
Or directors.
I can't think of another one.
Or, not even one.
Literally, I'm trying to think of one that isn't now. Now I'm
it's
just
harder.
I was like, oh, I get it. Steven Oh, okay.
Al Pacino's not Jewish.
Oh boy, I don't mean to.
He's not. Stop this madness.
The secret Jewish history of Al Pacino.
Ew.
Al Pacino defends his casting as a Jewish Nazi hunter.
Come on.
Al Pacino has not publicly identified himself as Jewish, and there is no credible information to suggest okay, so he's not Jewish. There you go.
Is Aniston Jewish?
Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
Jennifer, we're going to end up on
I'm going to try
watch
finding
list.
the non-Jews.
Jennifer Aniston. Wait a second. So this website says, wait a second, is Jennifer Aniston Jewish?
The outrage.
No, she's not. She's
wow.
Irish, Scottish, and Italian.
I'm 2 for 2. Should I go for a third?
Do I even here? Do you want to even try to guess if David Schwimmer's Jewish or not?
Let's leave that one alone.
Courtney Cox?
I bet she's not Jewish.
Okay, all right. Courtney Cox. You didn't think we were playing Guess the Jew on Friends, did you? Jewish. I don't think so.
Tom Selleck's probably not Jewish. What?
Ethnic background. Oh, the character she played was Jewish.
Oh, yeah. Geller. And then Rachel Green.
Okay, so Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Matt LeBlanc, and Matthew Perry, all not Jewish. So only Lisa Kudrow and David Schwimmer. Those are the only two.
Schwimmer's like extra.
Yeah. What does that mean?
I don't know. You know what? I plead the fifth.
I don't know how to pronounce this name properly, Dat Pixon. He gives us $2 and says, shout out, my friend, Hyman Igray. I'm not Ray DeVito, motherfucker.
A call back to this morning with our name bit.
Aristocock TX says, my accountant is black. I bet you didn't see that coming.
He's still Jewish.
Yeah, he's a black Jew.
You can be a black Jew, right?
Yeah, don't be racist. Curly Adam with $5 says Friends was okay for the same reason this show is. No blacks. Jesus Christ.
There were like negative amounts of black people
it was,
on that show.
I love that the show is based in New York City. Not a single black person to be
blacks
found.
in sight.
Nope. 225 away from tonight. Thank you, guys. Oh, wait, Greasy N-word over on Rumble. Good to see you, Greasy.
Thank you.
Says throw some roasts around, huh? April. Or did April tell you that Hobo Chili Recipe and I made eye contact while spit roasting her morbidly obese ass? I think even Hobo would go, Jesus, dude, take it down a notch. Holy Christ.
He paid for it. He gets to say it.
I guess so.
You know what? Thank you for your support.
That's going to make it 220. Thank you guys very much. Like I said, I want to get to 600 members tonight. And I want to do overtime because we got Ed and Michelle, and I want to see if they finally hate something. I'm
feeling like we should have gone to the gym today.
I know. After Hobo and Aristocock got a hold of me, I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm feeling exposed. I was told I was morbidly obese tonight.
I didn't know I was ruining people's nights. Buddy Travis says, no, not my smelly cat lady. I said she's Jewish. I didn't say she had AIDS.
The cat's Jewish, too.
Jewish cat.
What's it to you?
Yeah.
It's a tabby.
I think you're going to be okay. Don't you worry about it. All right, guys, we got to get into some things here. That wasn't like a big, I wanted to dig into it kind of thing. I just could not believe that Matthew Perry was still raking in $20 million a year from that goddamn show.
We were listing so many Jews, I didn't remember what we were talking about.
The whole thing was just about, wow, these guys make a lot of money, and then it just got into Jew. Who started the Jew thing? It was Triple N.
Somebody in the chat started with
Triple N started with the Jew thing. Oh, Paul Rudd is Jewish. Okay. And then we all went, wait a minute, who else?
No. Yeah, $20 million in royalties is quite a bit. I bet you like an Aniston or Cox makes more than that.
It said they all do.
Oh, it's split evenly?
Yeah, it said they all made $20 million a year.
That's fair.
Have to.
So who does get his $20 million then?
That's
we
a good
answer
question.
the question?
No, it doesn't. They didn't answer the question. Does he have kids?
I don't think so.
Mom, dad? Yeah, his parents are still
parents are
alive.
both
Yeah,
alive.
I'm guessing his parents get it
Well,
at that point.
okay.
Triple N says, my bad, cuh. It's all right, cuh. Don't worry about it. Be fine. We'll pivot out nicely. I promise.
We'll find a way.
Let's go to a 75-year-old teacher who was fucking one of her students. No?
Wow.
Too much of a pivot?
Jewish?
No, I don't know. It's Tomah, Wisconsin, so I don't think you're
Oh.
going to find.
Not many out there.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find a lot of Jews in
Maybe
Tomah,
a
Wisconsin.
German or a Scandinavian
Yeah, but not
person.
Jewish.
Okay.
Not Jewish in Tomah, Wisconsin.
Well, you
but
know,
here,
that's
let's
not the biggest age gap I've ever seen.
I mean, you got Gino and Keanu.
That's pretty big,
You
right?
know, that's a big
Me and
age
you.
gap. You and I.
That's humongous.
All of a sudden, a 75-year-old fucking her teacher, it all
you-
becomes a little more reasonable.
I know it's such a long time ago now, but do you remember the outrage when you announced you were dating me and I was 25 at the time?
Was there outrage?
Oh, people were pissed.
I didn't hear the outrage.
The
You know,
robbing the cradle jokes were
Oh,
out of control.
I didn't hear the outrage. You know why?
Because you were,
I was busy fucking a 25-year-old.
as you do.
It's kind of like everyone else who talks shit about this show. I know why they do. I know what they're upset and jealous of. I'm busy fucking the 28-year-old. I can't be bothered.
What were you, 32 when I started dating you?
Something like that.
32.
Something like
31? I don't know.
that. Yeah. And I said, look, when you're fucking the girl under 30, it's really hard to hear the criticism or the jealousy. It's
True. It does salve the wound.
It salves the wound quite a bit.
It's not so bad.
So let's go to this 75-year-old who apparently was getting wet box for one of her students.
Oh, God.
Let's see how it went. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do we have to run an ad on every goddamn well, it's
Gotta make that money.
It's the news in Tomah, Wisconsin. I should give them a break.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken.
Wiener guy?
He talks like a wiener guy. He's very cute.
Really?
Yeah, she's really cute.
You like people who look like teenage boys?
What?
Is that what
Look
you like?
again.
You like the teenage
That's
boy
not
look?
a teenage boy. Like, what are you saying? He needs some chin straps and he'd look better?
I'm saying that looks like a teenage boy.
Oh, fuck
I'm
me,
saying that
then.
looks like that guy's in his high school TV production
Fuck
class.
me right to death.
Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A former Tomah teacher was sentenced for repeated sexual assault of a student.
Ann Nelson Koch was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Oh no, she's got is that a cold sore or a skin wrinkle?
Or is it hair?
Or
Is
is
that
it
like a soul patch?
a goatee? They just didn't want to call her Ann Nelson Cock. It's the only reason they're calling her Coke.
Coke. Yeah, that's
yeah.
not.
That's Ann Nelson
That's
Cock
cock.
or Ann Nelson Koch, one of the two.
Well, in my hometown, it was Coach.
Yeah, but you guys couldn't read.
Oh. Well, they said it, though.
It's a giant herp lip she's got.
Is that a herp or is that a hair?
I have to believe it's a herp.
Please tell me it's a big mole with like a hair growing
forcing
out of
a
it.
14-year-old student to engage in sexual acts. She will be supervised by the Department of Corrections for 15 years after her release. Back in July,
For 15 years after her release, she's 75. How much time do you think she's got?
She doesn't.
We got to keep an eye on you to make sure you don't hobble away on that walker and fuck a middle schooler.
So did she have sex with this person or just touch them?
Yeah, she had sex with a 14-year-old in like the
What is-
stairwell. Which
And
is
did-
pretty spry for a 74-year-old.
How are you a teacher at 75? Don't they kick you out of there at some point?
Pussy was too good. Every time they tried to make her retire, she'd suck the principal's dick with her teeth out.
A little sucking and
yeah,
fucking in the
and
principal's office.
He'd reconsider.
I understand.
Nelson Koch was convicted on 25
That's a
counts
dude
of sexual assault.
in a wig.
Monroe County officials are encouraging anyone else who may have been victimized by Nelson Koch to contact the Tomah Police Department.
Oh, yeah, I'll get right on
Oh.
that. Yeah, if I was a 14-year-old who got fucked by a senior citizen, you know what? I'm gonna come forward in just a minute. Just give me a second. I'll be right there.
You probably don't want to admit that that lady touched you, right?
No.
You keep that one with you, no matter
Not
how
at
good it
all.
was.
The judge handed down a 10-year sentence along with 15 years of supervised release. Yeah, I guess they're thinking this woman's going to live forever.
Or they gave her that sentence because they know she won't.
Yeah, it can be a life sentence without it being a life sentence.
Precisely.
Good God, man. Yeah, if you have any, if you know anyone else who has been victimized by this 75-year-old teacher, yeah, I can't wait to publicly come out and go, Not only did I fuck a 75-year-old teacher, but also it overpowered me and took me against my will.
Look, she's a lot of wrinkles and sagging,
Yeah.
but she does take her teeth out and puts in a lot of effort. Can you imagine getting a gummer from a 75-year-old? What if it's like the greatest
Not if I can help it, I don't.
What if it's like the greatest thing you've ever experienced?
Can't afford to find out.
See, that's the thing, because there's like a stigma to it. You don't know.
It's like eating Limburger cheese. I can't afford to find out I like it.
You ate Braunschweiger.
Right.
And decided you liked it.
And I'm really upset that I enjoyed it because it's salty white trash food.
See, yeah, that thing cost me like $3 for the whole tube.
Exactly. I can't afford to find out I like blowjobs from senior citizens.
Right. But then it costs you your next few days as well, the Braunschweiger does.
I can't afford that's why I'm not going to let Kevin Brennan blow me.
You might like it.
Just sodomy.
You might like that he has like a shorn head that you can.
Yeah. I'm just going to overpower him. You know, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be from behind.
It's got to be a dominance thing. Otherwise, it's gay. You know, and I don't want to
whimpering is encouraged.
Yeah, I don't want to be gay with a senior citizen. That's for sure.
I could talk about this forever.
Kevin Brennan, wife's baggy meat sleeve, says that old pussy may be wrinkled, but it sure is soft.
You know how this morning we were like considering, so obviously like vaginas go back to like being tight and stuff. Like
they
don't
snug
stay
back up.
Yeah, they
sure.
snug up. Does that same thing apply when you're old? Or does it get kind of...
yeah, what happens to your pussy when you're old?
I'm scared to know.
Do the muscles weaken?
Probably.
Because isn't that why old people
Prolapse.
Isn't that why old people shit themselves too?
Yeah.
Is because their sphincter loses
like,
tautness?
Old women.
What if that 14-year-old blew her back out?
Oh, broke a hip.
She shit all over the place?
Oh, my God. You know how my hip cramps real hard sometimes, my right one?
Yeah.
What if hers started cramping, but like it cramped so hard it pulled her hip bone out?
Yeah. At 75, if you get fucked in the ass, it's a different kind of squirter.
Oh, my God.
The Carter says, Steel Toe, great W from the Vikings, coming from a Lions fan. Dobbs played great and sitting at 5-4. I know, here we come. You guys are what?
Nice.
5-3? So we're tied in the win column. We just gotta, when we get we keep winning, we get our bye, and you drop a game somewhere around there, and we'll get there. We're on our way. CBJ says this is somehow the worst thing Steel Toe has ever covered. Gross.
We've covered a lot of horrific things. Okay, I have a question for you as a man.
I'll do my best.
What would it take for you as a 14-year-old boy, which you have been at one point in your life?
Yeah, I have been a 14-year-old boy.
What would it take for you to sleep with that teacher?
The 75-year-old?
Yeah, that teacher specifically. Coke or however they said it.
I don't give a shit about getting an A. I'll just take my C-. I don't give a shit. I don't know if there's anything it would have to be a monetary figure.
Like she'd pay you?
Yeah, she'd have to, and not anything.
What if she paid you in like a PS5?
If I'm 14?
Yeah.
I'd consider it.
Yeah. She gets you a game console.
14-year-old me, but she'd have to throw in Madden, and then she got herself a goddamn deal.
What if she threw in Madden and your new boxing game when it comes out?
Boy,
are you doing it twice?
Undisputed and Madden?
Will you do her twice?
Oh, bend over, Grandma.
Will you put that effort in?
Yeah, I'll
Will
show you.
Blow that hip out?
I'll show you where the yardstick goes.
Oh.
I'll slap you with the ruler. How's that?
Damn it.
Zubalee Gluck Gluck says her daddy issues are everlasting. Yeah, she just can't break those damn daddy issues, can she?
That's disgusting.
Dave O'Flave says, Aaron, what if she took her teeth out? Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that there's not a lot of things to consider with all this.
God, just pure gums. Just hard gums.
It's a lot of gums.
That's weird to think about.
I apologize to the Carter. You guys are 6-2, not 5-3. That's my fault, and I apologize. Cage says, so what's the excuse for your sphincter, Aaron? Quit acting like we're friends and you know my sphincter. You don't know my sphincter.
I can confirm he does make it to the toilet usually. So
usually? Every time.
He does make it. It's rather unpleasant.
Trucker 18-wheeler says, what about a brand new car? At 14, what are you going to do with it?
Oh, you got time. You're going to grow into that bitch soon. Because if you think next year you have your learner's permit, so you can just bring an adult. You can bring her along.
Okay.
And drive with her. You drive to your fuck spots.
Bigot on socialist media over on Rumble says 250 million. Jesus,
My
man.
God, I
How
would
much do you
sleep
think
with her for 10.
How much do you think a teacher has in the bank account?
What's the monetary amount you'd sleep with her for right now? 10? 5?
4.
4 million?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a ton
2,
of money.
1.
That's a ton of money, and
Half a mil.
nobody has to know.
Quarter mil. Tax free.
$500K.
Sure. $20.
We'll both just double team her for
20 bucks. Gas is expensive.
pay them bills.
Curly Adam with $5 says, I love your delusional conference to think she'd pay you or give you a passing grade. Well, they asked what it would take.
God, do you think she needs a lot of lube, or does she still get excited for you?
I'm wondering what them tits are like.
I'm wondering a lot of things about being 75 and a woman. Like, what happens? Everything is just, and like your ass cheeks, do they sag too? Do your down their lips
You've
sag?
got for sure frog ass at that age.
Frog ass.
Yeah.
So you're saying you need some tucks everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Everything needs to be snugged up at that age. Are you kidding me? Bigot on socialist media says, I'd be disgusted thinking about fucking her as a 14-year-old.
Well, it's like fucking your grandma.
It is like fucking your
What
grandma.
if she just made you the best plate of sugar cookies ever?
Think about this. Consider this. What if you killed her?
No one has to know.
I mean,
She's
there's
old.
there's gonna be DNA. Explain it away.
She's old. What are they going to test her for?
Your jizz?
Not really.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think you have to look for jizz if she's old and died.
Chevrolet JB says at 14, it's going to be hard to explain why her tits are out and she's spread eagle as she goes into rigor. Exactly.
Maybe she was just feeling herself.
What she was doing a turtle impression and then she dropped dead.
She was looking for the casting couch.
Oh.
You know?
Chevrolet JB says at 14 you would be excited about coming.
Yeah, and it is technically a real pussy. It's just old.
Thank you, April. It is indeed a real pussy.
I'm just saying, like, you could be that guy who's like, hey, look, I've fucked before.
Hey,
And
guys.
I got a seasoned lady. She knew what she was
until
doing.
they ask you what you fucked, and then you've got to,
You lie, Aaron. You just lie.
All right, boys and girls, that puts us at 2:20 away from today. Ed and Michelle for overtime. If you support this show, we appreciate it. There's the links in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo, and also on Rumble. It's all in the description as well. Someone said they changed Rumble for Android today. Did they make it easier for you to contribute? Because I know that was the big thing for Android users, was the creators didn't like that the Android users couldn't contribute to the shows.
I'll have to check out one of the
With their
shows I
phone.
watch on Rumble then.
I don't know.
Changed.
Test it out. Throw a bunch of money at us. Let's see what happens. I'm not against it. 2:20 away from tonight. And 30 minutes of overtime at 9 o'clock will be Ed and Michelle. We're finally going to know if these two hate anything.
I want them to come eat with us somewhere here.
I don't want to be anywhere near Ed and Michelle.
I do.
No, thanks. Roots Calhoun becoming a member for a month says, my free YouTube super chat, you're a homosexual. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Good to have you here.
Thank you,
Salt of the
Roots.
earth.
I love Roots.
Thanks a million, Roots. This is just funny to me. Like, this is something that happened last week, I guess, at a lot of houses. We played one of these videos before, and I guess there's just more and more of them popping up. If you do the leave the candy dish out on Halloween and say just take a couple, I get kids grabbing handfuls. And,
I do too.
And just going, oh, yeah, nobody's looking.
Filling up their bag.
Right. Okay, I get that. But with everybody having Ring doorbell cameras now, seeing the adults go up and just looting and pilfering candy bowls, there should be some kind of corporal punishment for that. I don't know if it's stockades. I don't know if it's floggings.
Guillotines.
I don't know. I don't know if we need to go that far, but like
stretching boards.
Yeah, like stripping them naked and having them do a walk of atonement.
Ooh, shame. Ding, ding.
Yeah. I mean, something really embarrassing and physically depleting.
I could go for that.
For raiding the candy dish on Halloween. But it's happening to more and more people. Let's go with this example from Nashville.
You gotta see this. Tonight, new video shows adults snatching up bowls of Halloween candy from homes all over Nashville.
Taking it from the kids. Our Sharon Dankwa found out from Metro Police if those cases could be considered a crime.
Fake tits.
Well, you were what? Really?
I just wanted to point out.
I didn't notice.
Look, they're not right for her frame, and they're kind of.
Oh, I think they could. Look at her biceps compared to her tits. Oh, yeah, that looks like it fits.
I'm going fake tits. I could be wrong.
I bet
I've
they're
been
real.
wrong before. They
Look,
feel like they come out too wide, too.
I've been your tester before.
Yeah.
Willing.
I hate fake tits.
Those cases could be considered a crime.
You're watching someone step onto Janelle Winston's front porch Halloween
Pull
night.
up your pants.
She says she and a few friends and neighbors were handing out candy when they stepped inside to grab some drinks.
We were going in and out several times. Several different people went in and out. And at one point, the neighbor comes back in and was like, all of our candy's missing.
At around
And immediately they blamed the fat white lady who was drinking. And said,
like-
what did you do?
These people weren't even just leaving their candy out, though. They just went in for a drink.
Yeah, they were with their candy the whole time, and they just swung inside real quick
That
and then
means
gone.
somebody's like scoping out the porches.
Like I said, if it's kids, oh, well, that's the cost of doing business on Halloween. But the fact that it's adults is just like an extra layer of pathetic.
8 p.m., Janelle's doorbell camera in West Nashville caught this. You're watching a man grab
Of course.
not one, not two, but 3 of their candy bowls.
We all walk out to look around and we're like, wait, the candy and all of our bowls are missing.
The man jumped into a car and sped off. Minutes later, in a neighborhood about a mile away, the same thing happened to Allison Dake.
I was actually really, really angry that this has happened. Not
You seem really angry. Oh, don't fuck with her. She gets mad, guys. I was actually really, really angry.
Well, she has like 4 neck rolls. I can understand being angry.
She didn't have a manager to call or anything. She was very confused.
only for the first time, but for a second time.
Someone stole her candy bowl last year, and this year she says she's seen about a dozen bowls taken all over Nashville.
You know,
Okay, no, wait a minute. So this happened to you last year, so you still won't get your lazy fat ass up to answer the door and keep the candy bowl inside?
Yeah, we don't leave ours outside.
Yeah.
We keep ours inside and we hand it to the kids when they come.
Happens to you once, that's too bad. Happens to you twice, you're a lazy fat pig who doesn't watch your Halloween candy bowl.
I hope that these people are at least bringing the candy to their children.
Ha! Yeah, I'm sure they are.
my first reaction was, we go lights out for Halloween next year. I'm not going to do it.
Police say taking
You would rather not do Halloween next year than keep the bowl inside your house, wait for the kids to knock on the door, and just walk to the door and give them the candy?
Okay, I agree with you, but think back to just this Halloween about how annoyed you got of getting up and down constantly for kids.
And then it goes away.
It does end.
And then you're done. You can be frustrated. You can be annoyed that it's up and down and
It's a
up and down
workout.
and up and down. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't turn off the lights and just go, I'm not doing Halloween this year because somebody went, because I'm not allowed to sit on my ass and just leave a bowl of candy out there.
I do know people that turn off every light in their house and just go to bed early on Halloween because they don't want to deal with it. And then I also know people, like there's a neighbor of ours who they had their entire bowl of candy stolen off their front porch last year. So they got a Ring doorbell this year for that reason.
Don't be lazy.
No.
Taking any amount of candy set out for Halloween isn't a crime, but taking a valuable bowl could be. If
Okay,
this continues,
relax. We're not going to start getting the cops involved because they stole a bowl of fun-sized Snickers. Relax.
The bowl itself is what they're talking about, though. And like what? Like our Halloween bowl cost maybe like $5.
They stole my Pyrex bowl.
Yeah.
It's fine.
some people say they'll hand out candy for a shorter amount of time, while others say not at all. In Nashville, Sharon Dankwa, WSMV 4.
Well,
Why do you look like you're in a music video?
black people wearing white turtlenecks is weird.
It is strange. It looks
Yeah.
like she's going for like a Prince thing.
It's a strange development. I will say that much. $2 from Curly Adams says no Rumble update can make Android users not poor. It's not very nice.
Thank you, Curly.
Dat Pixon with $2 says I made the local paper stealing candy back in high school. Oh, look at that, boys and girls. We is talking to a celebrity.
When did you stop trick-or-treating?
That's a good question.
Because I don't remember.
12? 13?
There does get to be a point when you're like 12 or 13, and like for girls especially, you're like as tall as you're going to be at that
Yeah.
age. Like I was this height at 13,
Right.
and everyone looks at you when you get to the door, and you're like, aren't you a little...
I feel like the
Old.
trick-or-treating is getting younger and younger, too. Like, you just see, you
Yeah.
don't see a lot of, like, 10, 11, 12-year-olds.
See a lot of like 3-year-olds being toted about in a wagon.
Right. Because, it was exciting for a few years because your parents would let you go out by yourself. So you had to do that for like 3 years with your friends. Maybe 10, probably 10, 11, 12, we went out by ourselves. And that way we could go as far down into different neighborhoods as we wanted because our parents, they didn't want to walk all over the place.
I lived in the country, so my parents had to drop me off somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Like we go out with our friends for like 3 years. One year, my buddy and I went as Wayne and Garth. Got a bunch of candy.
Oh, who were you?
Great guy. I was Wayne.
Okay.
Of course I was Wayne.
That's fun.
I'm always the cool one. Thank you, Dat Pixon and Curly Adam. That puts us at 2:15 for tonight.
Thank you.
Let's keep her on pace, boys and girls. Let's break the PayPal and Streamlabs cherry tonight. Let's get really generous. And let's do Ed and Michelle for overtime this evening.
Lucky them.
Lucky Ed and Michelle. Are you kidding me? I have an update on Ukraine and Volodymyr Zelensky. Wouldn't you know, he made the decision this week that elections, it's not the right time.
It really isn't. Their country's in turmoil.
Zelensky said in a Monday address today that it is not the right time for elections in Ukraine as the end of his 5-year term approaches. Isn't that just perfect? I mean, it's just, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm saying it makes sense. He's a bold leader and they're in the middle of a war that I have heard jack shit about for the last like 3 months.
They were just playing cribbage
I
together at the lines.
Are they playing like soccer in no man's land, like in World War I? I don't know.
I hope they're playing Buzkashi.
But apparently his 5-year term is ending and he has decided, you know what? As my 5-year term comes to an end, I think it would be disrespectful to the troops to have an election,
You've been with them through everything. You
Right.
can't leave now.
Well, and you're getting all that sweet U.S. aid money, which is nice, and the U.S. is giving you that aid money because they're they believe you're fighting for freedom and democracy as you cancel elections.
Because of course you are.
Right. I mean, that sounds like American foreign policy to me.
It's a true hero.
Yeah.
Really, to stay firm with your country in its time of need.
Abraham Lincoln, in the heat of the Civil War, the middle of the Civil War, had to run for re-election in 1864. Like as the war was like at its most unpopular, and there were draft riots and all kind of like gangs of New York shit was going on, and Abraham Lincoln had to run for re-election. He had to face, I believe, McClellan, his former general. He had to face him in an election. FDR had to run for re-election, I think twice during World War. Well, no, because we entered in 41. So he had to run for re-election in the middle of World War II.
Aaron, it's just different cultural norms.
It's different cultural norms.
They don't do that over there. They stick with something until it's finished.
That's a great point. Yeah, they did, they're canceling the elections over there to be super safe because of how bad and nasty Putin is.
Right.
It's really Putin's fault that we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine to fight for freedom and democracy, that apparently that freedom and democracy they are putting off until it's convenient, which doesn't technically make it freedom and democracy anymore. But
not quite.
Look, in Ukraine, they have freedom and democracy. They're just not allowed to vote yet.
He'll tell you when it's time to vote.
Right.
And for who to vote.
They have freedom and democracy in Ukraine as soon as Zelensky tells them when.
Can he get reelected over there? Is that how that works? Or do they not allow that?
No, he can get reelected.
Okay, so what's his big deal? If he's doing such a great smoking job, like,
right.
what's the worry here?
If Zelensky is this great hero who can do no wrong, then have the election and prove how great you are.
I agree.
Zelensky argued in his Monday video address that Ukraine should not have to deal with elections as it continues to fend off Russia, which invaded Ukraine in February of last year. He previously had not ruled out Ukraine holding a presidential contest next year, though elections are currently suspended in the country under martial law. So if you're Zelensky, you're kind of calling the Russians and you're like, hey, like, don't fuck us up too bad.
But
if you
keep
could,
coming.
if you could keep dicking around in the Donbass region and kind of that'd be all right with us.
Just enough for us to get a little footage of some boom booms out there.
I mean, look, stay out of the wheat fields so we can still have economic production. But, all the rest of it, I mean, go bananas. Let's,
Well, fuck it. Why even need economic production? Like, we'll just supply them with shit.
That's true. The Americans will just cover whatever you knock out.
The Americans will provide.
Triple N says, if anything, a wartime president should win an election easily.
Right. I don't
Look
know
at-
what his concern is.
Like Bush in 2004, like all the Iraq and Afghanistan shit was still going on, and it had dragged on for 2 or 3 years, and people still voted. They still reelected him. They're like, look, we want our war president guy in there. So apparently Zelensky, he doesn't want to leave it to chance. I mean, look,
He makes his own luck.
I'm not going to blame him. I mean, if you were in his position, would you want to have elections? Look at all this sweet, sweet aid money you're getting. And look at all these millions of dollars these Western countries have given you and the houses they've given you, like in the UK and the territory you've made just by being president of Ukraine. It's a pretty sweet deal.
I have to imagine you wouldn't want that to end.
No. April's Parents Hobby Farm says, I just sent you the war map. Look at it, chubby. Well, where did you send me the war map? Gay boy.
That's a
I'd like to know.
valid question.
Now I have to go on all my.
Yeah, you could tell him where it is.
I am. I got to go on all my social media, and I don't.
The names in your Twitter.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Where is my goddamn Ukraine war map? I don't think he sent it to me.
He probably didn't.
I think he's lying. I think he lied to me.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Oh, thank you, April's Parents Hobby Farm. Yeah, are they even fucking around over there
I
anymore?
don't think so. I'm telling you, they're playing cribbage or chess or something like at the borders and just they'll set off some fireworks or some explosives in a building.
He said, and finally, the waves of any political divisive things must stop, he said. Politically divisive things must stop. Boy, that's freedom and democracy for you.
Bravo.
Hey, guys, while we're under attack by this evil dictator nation, we have to become an evil dictator nation. And all of this arguing about whether or not I'm doing the right work here in this running this country, all of that has to stop immediately.
Well, wouldn't you do anything to secure your place?
That's all he's doing. He's just trying to secure the country. He's
For
doing
his
it.
family.
You know what it is? He's doing it for the people. We must realize that now is the time of defense, the time of the battle that determines the fate of the state and people, not the time of manipulations, which only Russia expects from Ukraine. I believe that now is not the right time for elections. Oh, so if they have elections, that's what Russia wants them to do.
I
So,
guess.
That's
Yeah,
what it
right.
is.
If you hold a typical election that you do, usually it's all Russia's bidding.
Yeah, see, that's
Wow.
what the Russians
Just
want
blame-
you guys to do.
Blame everything on
That's
Russia.
not a picture of the Russian war map, April's Parents Hobby Farm. That's a picture of a large black man with a giant penis. That's
He had to type that up though and search
that is.
for it.
I don't think that's the map of Ukraine.
Oh, that's not nice.
I don't think that's the war map that the Russians are fighting with.
It's real small. You have to zoom in. It's on the vein.
Oh, it's the Battle of Bell End Bay. That's I hear that one's going to be really decisive.
Wow.
Really decisive.
Explosive, really.
Triple N letting us know if Ukraine has elections, the terrorists win.
Yeah.
That's
And you
100
can't let Russia win.
Dude, I say what you want about Israel. They would have elections during this whole thing with Hamas, but Zelensky can't walk away from that sweet aid money. He's like, why risk it with elections?
Well, what the fuck is he spending it on? He wears the same shirt every time you're looking at him. Like,
know.
I don't understand.
He ain't,
Where's
he
it
ain't
going?
spending it on clothes. Cocaine to stay up so he can run
Cocaine.
the
So you can
fan
do
the
all the
flames of
country
war.
dancing.
Exactly. Boys and girls, 2:15 and 10 minutes before we hit the top of the hour. Why don't you get us inside at 200 so I can feel better about that? Feel free to chip in. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships. I really want to hit 600 members.
You want to hit them now.
I want to hit 600 members
It's not nice.
by the end of the show. OnlyFans model Sarah Cheek. What a cute name for an OnlyFans model.
Very cute name.
Now, I know Melanie Mack and Alex Stein are allergic to OnlyFans models, and they're scared, and they're the devil, and their skin will sizzle if they see boobies or vaginas on their computer.
Eternal damnation.
I suppose there's a lake of fire, and Alex Stein is worried that all the porn stars are going to go in it now. It is so funny to watch Alex all of a sudden become the hero of incels. Incels are like, yeah, he fucking owned that porn bitch. And like you click on any profile that says that, and it's just the most tragically, permanently alone dude there is. And they're like, yeah, Alex got her. I'm like, Alex acted like a gigantic asshole to someone who didn't do anything to him. Like,
Right.
And then he came off as kind of like a cross-waving Christian, like, moral pearl-clutching ninny about the whole thing. Like, porn, you do porn, you show your butthole. It's like,
He liked the word whore.
yeah, I like the word whore. It's like, grow up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's fucking porn. Would you stop acting like you're allergic?
I really couldn't care less. That fucked me up. I couldn't care less if somebody like did porn or did anything really, as long as they treat me okay. Like Brandy Love, is that her name? Yeah, Brandy Love came in there and was just very polite and ready to show up for Chrissy and all that, and then he's just screaming at her.
He's screaming at her like, "You show your butthole for money." I'm like, would you just fucking relax?
Right.
It's not a big deal, pal.
He's the you lick buttholes for money guy, and Melanie Mack is over here like, but I care about your soul and I want to pray for you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like,
you don't have to.
If Alex could look at the profiles of the people who thought, yeah, I really own that whore, you'd be like, oh shit, I really am grabbing the lowest common denominator here. People with real mommy issues and hangups. This is no good.
People that whack it to Brandy Love, by the way.
Right, exactly.
Guaranteed.
Right.
No.
I agree with Triple N. It made for interesting content.
Oh, it was
certainly did.
An absolute Wild West show. It was great.
How do you want to say this guy's name? First name Nig, last name emergency room abbreviation with $2. Says it's only been a year since Russia invaded. Thank you. I was thinking the same thing.
It does feel like a lifetime ago.
It feels like forever, and it's been a year and a half.
I still remember that morning waking up and I turned on the news and I saw that and I'm like, oh my fucking God, we're going to war.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be bad.
And now there's been like 9 other, oh my God, we're going to war things since.
Yeah. And I do remember though, like when we heard about it, it seemed like it's going to be over in like a day thing.
Yeah.
Like Russia's going to roll over Ukraine. And then
That's the way they pitched it. If we don't give them a shit ton of money,
so it worked.
They're going to get rolled over in no time. And then we gave them a shitload of money, and then they've all been fighting in the same 6-block area for the last year and a half. George Kokina says, who hasn't whacked to Brandy Love? I think we all have. I mean, she's been around forever.
I do believe that we've all done
Probably
it.
whacked to her in high school.
Oh, yeah.
For God's sake.
She's probably a lot cuter back then, too. She's still cute.
Yeah.
But cuter.
I'm trying to think if I can remember any Brandy Love videos.
I don't search.
She did a lot of MILF shit.
I don't think I ever searched porn, like, name specific, I guess.
No.
Did you do that?
There were a few I liked back in my day. Brianna Banks was great.
What was she good at?
Just fucking. Brianna Banks just liked to fuck.
Okay.
I was never a big Jenna Jameson guy.
Cue everybody, by the way, looking up your preferences.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Brianna Banks was good. God. I don't know. Heather, we all, in high school and middle school, we all liked Heather Brooke because she would suck a dick all the way to the balls. They called her Heather Deep Throat. And
did she like gag and like
no,
cry?
she was a fucking champ. It was remarkable.
So was she like that guy, or the blonde chick that goes on Gino's show sometimes and like deep throats the suction cup dick on the desk?
Heather Brooke would put her to shame.
Really?
She would call the cops on
that's
Heather
impressive.
Brooke. Heather Brooke was a
Yeah.
thing.
Wow.
Triple N says Brianna Banks was fine back in the day.
I'm
Damn
gonna
right
have to
she
look
was.
her up. I don't know what she looks like.
Return Trip says Tara Patrick. I think she was one of them. She wasn't the fat one though, was she? Tara Patrick. Trying to think of who Tara Patrick was. I'm looking up. I don't think I was super into Tara Patrick.
She looks like she got thick over the years.
She really did. No, Brianna Banks was one of my favorites back in the day. Asia Carrera was pretty good. That's another good one they're naming.
I don't know their names. I feel bad. I had a porn star follow me on Twitter the other day. A pretty big deal. Tommy Pistols. I thought that was fun.
That's
so I followed
great.
him back.
It's wonderful to hear.
Oh.
It's great. Return Trip says, show April the Heather Brooke videos. I mean, I can't show them here.
They can watch my reaction.
Zen Rhino says, tell the truth, Aaron. When you were jacking off in your office at the radio station after hours, it was to Lisa Sparks. Oh, Lisa Sparks was this really fat chick who used to do nothing but total like gangbangs. She would just get railed out, and she was this big fat.
Oh, she was big?
She was gross.
So there was enough real estate for each man.
I was not.
Could you fuck a fold?
Yeah, I was not a Lisa Sparks guy.
But the sparks did fly.
Trying to think.
Gangbangs just seem like so much work and like so much goo and stickiness everywhere. It seems like a lot, right?
I'm trying to think of the other ones
No.
back in like the early 2000s that were really, really good. I think Brianna Banks might have been my favorite.
Were
That's
you a
all.
Lisa Ann guy?
Oh, Lisa Ann was another good one back in the
know her
early to
name.
mid 2000s. Lisa Ann was really good. She was nice. Thank you very much to Matthew Q for the $5. We appreciate that, buddy. 205 is the number. Quick, before we get to the top of the hour, someone throw in a couple of bucks, and we'll be under 200 by the top. We appreciate that. Keep breaking in that Streamlabs and PayPal. We appreciate that. Rumble Rants, Super Chats. Gifted memberships are huge here in the early part of the month, so I appreciate that. Lisa did like 500 in a day. Yeah, Lisa Sparks was gross.
What?
No.
500 dudes?
Yeah, she
How do
did
you
a
even?
lot. She did
How
a
do you
lot.
even calculate that? Like, how do you get to that number that quickly?
You got a guy just in the corner with a clicker, just hitting the counter.
Did they just come in and out for like a pump or two?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, just until it counts.
That seems logistically impossible.
How long was Sasha Grey in the business? Born 1988, so she's 34. I don't think she would have been around in my prime jacking years, would she?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess early to mid 20s. Yeah, probably.
You said you didn't.
Was
like,
I into Sasha Grey? No, I didn't like Sasha Grey, I don't think.
She doesn't look that great.
No, Sasha Grey's pretty mid.
Yeah. You weren't a Mia Khalifa guy when she came around either, right?
Nah.
She's just kind of hateable.
I think my dick's racist. Jenna Hayes, Aurora Snow. I think Jenna Hayes was good. Hold on, let me look that one up. Jenna Hayes, American director and model. Is that what we're calling them these days? No, Jennifer Hayes wasn't one of them.
Not
God,
good.
who the fuck?
You could do,
one of these is gonna hit.
You could do hottest porn stars of whatever years.
Aurora Snow might have been here. Best porn stars of the 2000s. Favorite porn. I'm on.
I had to
Images.
look. That was
Best female porn
aggressive.
stars of the 2000s from the website Die Screaming. I am an adult. Katsuni, don't remember. Aurora Snow, no thanks. Jessica Drake. All right. Jessica Drake. Images and okay, she's all right.
pretty.
I like her.
I would too. I like a blonde.
Okay, Jessica Drake's
The
good.
blondes are cute.
Jade Fire, that name, I feel like I wouldn't like her, but okay. Not Jade Fire Gold. What the fuck are you doing?
That's a Jew.
Why? We got to hit
You
XXX because
trained
apparently
me.
there's a sign. Jade Fire. Oh, why did you do that?
Jesus Christ.
Jada Fire is her name. Oh, why would you do such a thing? There's Brianna Banks,
Why
number
would you-
5.
Can I see what she looks like?
Ah, Belladonna, why? Your father doesn't love you.
Neither do those men.
Hillary Scott. Let's take a Hillary Scott's the last one I want to see here, and then we'll move on.
I couldn't even know what your favorite looked like.
Oh, Brianna Banks? I thought we looked at her.
No.
Oh, I don't. These are terrible picks.
Hillary Scott, that's the girl from the country group.
Oh, is that the Lady Antebellum Hillary
Was
Scott?
she a porn star?
No, that would be a completely different woman. Hashtag not my Brianna Banks.
What is your Brianna Banks?
I mean, that's her. There, that's my Brianna Banks.
She's okay.
Yeah. Some of these other pictures, though, make her face look all stretched
She
out.
looks drugged out somehow.
Well, I mean, April, she's in porn. I mean, look, you
You're
got
right, it's all the dicks in her mouth stretching things.
I mean, everything gets all kind of just blown out in general. LOL, I remember Belladonna just because she did the most depraved shit I've ever seen. Yeah, we were definitely seeing some depraved things.
Isn't that weird though, like human nature, how we just, when you go to porn, you don't look for like hot and sexy things. You're like, okay, how do we demoralize this
What's
person?
the most disgusting thing we can do to
Can
a
I-
woman?
Can I pour concrete down her throat while I fuck her from the behind?
Jesus.
You know, it doesn't make sense, but I'm into it.
Sounds like a death sentence. All right, guys, 2:05 away from tonight, and we are at the halfway point. So if you feel like contributing, this show does run on begging and your money. So thank you very much if you want to throw that in there. OnlyFans model Sarah Cheek threatened in Florida for the erotic content she uploads. This is kind of the other side of being an OnlyFans person,
Sure.
I really don't know if it's a gig you can have if you have children.
Can or shouldn't?
Shouldn't.
Yeah, because I mean, I do know people that do have OnlyFans and have kids, and you just kind of try to keep them away from it. But I don't know how that lasts.
The other kids at school, the parents at school. I mean, you're just going to cause it. It does seem to me to be selfish
I wouldn't want to do it.
to have children and have an OnlyFans.
I feel like being a stepmother too. If I had an OnlyFans, that would be like an extra
world of
stereotype.
problems.
You know what
A
I mean?
world of problems.
It wouldn't be good.
No. Sarah Blake Cheek is an OnlyFans model who has previously appeared on the cover of Playboy and has had a few appearances on ESPN radio stations as a sports analyst. Over the past few years, Sarah has suffered from vicious harassment and various types of bullying from members of her community in Florida. And it all came to a head last month with an assault at a children's ice hockey game. Now, someone having an OnlyFans should not make you this irate.
No, it shouldn't, because if you think about it this way, everybody has sex anyways. This person's just kind of getting paid for it. It's, I don't know. There's fine lines to be drawn, I guess.
I mean, look, you can judge them.
Sure.
You can look silently and you can whisper to the other parents, oh, fucking OnlyFans. I bet her husbands are subscribed. Fucking, ugh, I hate her. But, I mean, to like harass her and shit on her and critique her and do this. And like hockey parents are nut jobs. And I'm sure the other team finds out and they're going to harass her and talk shit because they all take it more seriously than the kids do, for God's sake. But like, if someone's got an OnlyFans, leave them alone. Either look at it or don't look at it.
It doesn't seem hard.
Right. Look, the kids are going to talk shit and the kids are going to do stuff because kids are monsters.
My girlfriend Keanu has an OnlyFans. When I'm with her, I don't look at her and be like, oh my God, that's an OnlyFans person. I actually forget.
Right. You don't really, it's not something you think
It's
about.
not something you think about. You just kind of are with a person and you see them as a human being.
Right. But like, it's kind of like, again, the Alex and Melanie Mack thing with the porn chick. It's like, why are you so invested in this? Why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Why do you care that this Sarah Cheek has an OnlyFans? Probably because you caught your husband whacking off to it. Or he tipped her
Maybe
a bunch of money and he got a cooter shot sent to him, and now things are weird at home.
Are we calling it cooters now?
Yeah, I'm going with cooter tonight. The 32-year-old model told the Post that she has been harassed by neighbors, youth coaches, and even some elements of the fire department. For her
Well, they're just trying
X-rated
to
work.
hose her off.
I guess so. Yeah, they all keep trying to hose her down.
She's gorgeous.
That's Sarah Blake Cheeks.
Wow.
I don't get why they call her Cheeks.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
No appeal back there.
This is during the children's game. One of the players' dads threatened to physically attack her in the stands.
Sexually.
Yeah. After she confronted several parents who ridiculed her 10-year-old son. The man threatened to beat my fucking ass. My kid gets slammed into the boards, and the parent behind me starts cheering that he's hurt. And of course, as a mom, just like anybody would be, turned and said, "You can't be serious right now." And that's where the whole thing started that involved us. Along with that, with this person, several dads began to insult Blake, something that in the state of Florida is considered assault, and offended her on several occasions by calling her a bitch, while her husband, Matt Cheek, tried to calm the situation.
Okay.
The couple is known in the community for producing adult videos on OnlyFans, and both decided it was best to focus their attention on their son's efforts in the game. Well, this doesn't sound like the parents were yelling at her for being an OnlyFans chick.
No.
It sounds like the parents, they were all getting into it because they're all shithead hockey parents.
That's the thing. If you're like a dance mom or your hockey parents or soccer moms, you're kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're all nuts. So, I mean, how can you tell that a hockey parent is going nuts at you for your OnlyFans, or they're going nuts because they've invested way too much energy in their kid's Pee-wee hockey career?
It's a really fine line to walk.
Right, we don't know. The couple is known for the OnlyFans stuff. Unfortunately, a few days later, the entire Cheek family, including the 10-year-old, were permanently banned from the league following the confrontation. See, now, okay, is it because of because it doesn't sound like this started over OnlyFans, or that OnlyFans was even the impetus of this. It sounds like, and women do this from time to time, it sounds like they're trying to use that part as the victimization.
Right.
It sounds like what happened was they got in a fight at a hockey game and the league said, well, you guys got to get the fuck out of here.
Or maybe those parents were upset with them because they're insecure that there's a couple OnlyFans parents in there, and they decided to bring that to the attention of whoever runs the ring.
After they fought, they found out.
And they said, look, we can't have these people in here. It's bad for our children. And then had them banned.
Just everybody stop looking.
Stop looking. Like, I don't go around like meeting hot people and then looking for their OnlyFans.
Well, that's where you and I differ.
Maybe I should, though. That could
I
spice
see a
things
cute
up, right?
cashier and I go, I got to see if she's on OnlyFans. Irely's cashier lady, by chance.
Oh, wow. You too, huh?
No, I didn't know there was. I was just saying.
Oh, there's the little one with the bangs and the dark brown hair. She's real cute.
I try to ignore checkout people as much as possible.
She does not ignore us.
They should be protecting anybody, any parent or woman that gets assaulted, but instead they choose to punish the victim and tell my kids, us, we're never able to attend that rink ever again or set foot in there because of what I do for a living, she added. I don't know. Is that seems
that
a
doesn't
little
surprise me.
That seems a
actually.
little flimsy though.
No.
Was it that or was it the fight?
If it's a bunch of hoity-toity hockey parents, which means they've got money too, and they find out that these are like scummy OnlyFans people in their eyes, I can absolutely see somebody saying, "Hey, I don't want that in here with my kids."
I got bad news for you. That's those scummy OnlyFans couple that you're standing next to make way more in a month
rolling in it
than you do, I think.
With their sexiness.
Yeah, I think they're probably, and that might be part of it too, that they're making more money than you are.
They're very attractive.
Just leave it alone, let it go, move along with your life.
She was very hot.
In a perfect world, we could all just move on. We wouldn't need to look at the porn or like Alex yesterday when he was yelling at Brandy Love was like, I look at your Twitter and there's cum shots and all this shit. It's like, why are you looking at her Twitter then?
You don't have to subscribe if it makes you that angry.
Stop staring at your Twitter. You're going to end up forking your eyeballs
You know
out.
what I don't do because I really hate it? I don't subscribe to like National Geographic's like Shark Week pages.
Right. You don't see April just looking at shark
maybe?
shit and just going, ah!
I do thoroughly hate it, and therefore I don't follow it.
Rebel Fluff says, ooh, new show for April. She subscribes to her girlfriend's OnlyFans and goes in-depth reviews on them for YouTube. Yeah, I mean, play up the brain-dead lesbian gimmick. That's it's a good gimmick. Good gimmick. Thanks. Oh my God, girls are hot. Oh my God. Best of luck.
What if I made you all kinds of money?
I don't want that dirty, filthy fucking whore money. Thank you very much.
I'll keep it then.
And I'd like to think you were a classier person than that, but I could be wrong. Misdemeanor says, can we talk about something other than the shit from this morning's show? Wow, Misdemeanor putting show in quotes. Wow. Misdemeanor, not a big fan of what we did this morning. Well, that's where you and I part company.
Most people. That was a great show.
But you know what? Maybe Misdemeanor's right. Maybe we have to hear her out. We're still 205 away for tonight. I mean, we are not exactly rolling in the dough at this moment. So if you want to throw in to prove Misdemeanor wrong, we could maybe do a little, fuck you run here. Or maybe she's right and I got to start sweating already early this week. It hasn't happened for a couple weeks. Throw in a couple bucks, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships. Please do. We would appreciate that. Throw us a couple of bucks so we don't have to get all weird and beggy on you tonight. Ed and Michelle for overtime. Or if you contribute and you want us to say fuck Ed and Michelle, you don't want to do it. Maybe people don't like the Ed and Michelle stuff.
Okay.
We'll do other things. We got a bunch of other stuff we can talk about. Everyone hit like, hit the thumbs up, hit share, hit whatever. We got to get things rolling a little bit tonight. Maybe I've been a little too self-indulgent. We've only got 45 minutes left, and we're 2:05 away. At this rate, it looks like I will be doing a morning show, Compound, and tomorrow night.
Okay.
This week. Boogers to that. This is something, I don't think there's enough laws on the books to punish people. As a matter of fact, they're actually trying to get rid of laws that they feel demonize people with HIV or people in the LGBTQ community.
No.
There's these laws about like spreading HIV to people, like fucking people unprotected with HIV.
Not letting them know.
Not letting them know and stuff like that. There are actually people who want to they want to repeal the laws that say you have to disclose your HIV status to your partner before you have sex.
But that's good.
Well, people want to get rid of that law because they feel it demonizes them or that it casts aspersions on them. And I'm like, well, yes, it does. You have a highly communicable, sexually transmitted disease.
A bad one.
That alters the trajectory of the person's life who gets it. And I'm sure everybody who wants to fuck you would probably like to know that in advance so they can make a fully informed decision.
And do everything they can to fuck you and not catch it.
Right.
You know, like, let's be prepared here.
Yeah, like let's say there's a really cute chick and I'm a single man and she goes, oh, and by the way, I have AIDS. I go, you know what? It's like waiting for the bus. You know what? I'll catch the next one. I think I'll wait. Not
just a mere minute of like Heartbreak Central over there.
Yeah, I'm just
then it's over.
Gonna go ahead. I knew when you started talking to me and you seemed interested in fucking me that there had to be a catch, and Lord knows I don't want that catch. If you catch my drift.
Clean.
Let's go ahead and see what this asshole did.
Accused of intentionally spreading HIV will be in front of a judge for new charges this morning. Atlanta News First Madeline Montgomery is at the Rockdale County Courthouse with more.
Soon, Cleveland Brody is going to go before a judge to hear what more charges could be held against him in a court in this situation. We have video from the last time he was...
Uh-oh. Well, that's definitely... Hold on. Let me get the calculator out. Okay, that's definitely not good for the old odds.
Not good for the stereotypes.
No.
The statistics.
The only way I think it could be worse is if he was gay also and a heroin addict.
A whole hat trick.
That would have been the proverbial AIDS hat trick, as it were. And he was in for a blood transfusion the other day.
Was in court, and according to the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, Cleveland Brody knew his HIV positive status since 2006, but he was not disclosing it to sexual partners.
Holy shit.
Investigators have named 3 victims in the case. One was married to the suspect, even died after having undiagnosed and untreated HIV for 5 years, according to her medical records.
Oh, so he killed his wife with his dick.
Couldn't that be some kind of manslaughter because you didn't tell her?
Yes, I think that's what he's going to be looking at. Oh, my God.
That's horrific and awful. Look at her.
Bro, you can't just fuck people to death like that.
That's
Denise
fucked to death for real.
Yes.
That's
Brody
awful.
died in April 2022 because of her own husband's reckless conduct, according to prosecutors' claims.
She was in full-blown AIDS after having untreated, undiagnosed HIV for at least 5 years.
I want the state to understand that if you decide not to charge Mr. Brody with murder of my sister, you're not only sending a message to my family, because we are going to let you know, and we're going to let the people know what is going on here.
Cleveland Brody currently has several charges against him, including felony reckless conduct, and the prosecutor has said that they are intending to charge him with murder. So we are going to find out if that is one of those new charges held against him.
Yeah, there's people in the LGBTQ community who want to do away with disclosure laws.
And what for, though?
Because
do you really want to be...
They feel that it stigmatizes them.
Okay, but do you really want to end up being on the receiving end of HIV one day because you voted to get rid of those laws?
That is the ultimate irony, isn't it?
It's going to happen, though.
Yeah. Some people are suggesting this be his punishment.
message. Beep.
I mean, we can consider such things.
You could just brand them.
Think about it. Hey, mister, I'm not getting involved. This is from Matthew Q. Says, hey, mister, I'm not getting involved. I would like to comment on the fact that Eric July launched another comic book today, whether it's good or not, and made $500,000 in the last 5 hours. So it must be nice to be able to make money. That's all I got to say.
Are you into writing any comic books?
So that was $5 coming to us.
Thank you.
That gets us to 200 for the night. And this fucking guy made $500,000 in 5 hours, and I'm begging for 200. I'm a fucking piece of shit.
Maybe you should write a comic book.
I really am dog shit. All right, hold on, Ryobi. Give me a second. I'm gonna get Ryobi on here. Here we go. All right, Ryobi, what's the deal?
As promised, every time you bring up this topic, I will call in.
Okay. Wait, did you say you'd call in every time I talked about AIDS?
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, only this topic where they're trying to bullshit the laws down.
Okay.
In California, there's a state senator, or maybe he's a
I know that. Yeah, I know this guy. I know this guy.
What's his last name? Just throwing it out there.
Scott Wiener, isn't it?
It's Wiener, yeah.
Hey, there's your boy.
Yeah.
There's your boy. And does he have HIV or does he not?
Oh, wait, he does have HIV, doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
And isn't he the
And
guy?
is he
He's
one
the guy I'm
pushing
thinking
to
of.
make it a misdemeanor?
Yes, he wants. That's
There's
what it
your
was.
boy
He
right
wants to
there.
make it a misdemeanor to fuck someone
Instead
while
of
you
a
have
felony.
AIDS. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
So this guy just wants to fuck and not tell people he has HIV because it tends to be a little bit of a cock block.
Oh, it's so embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that was before. So now he's the guy who's known as the one who's trying to push down the age of consent.
Oh.
Or, there's always a little bit of a misunderstanding in that community as to like what ages are appropriate.
I was gonna
and things like
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
he's
the
that
age
guy
of
too.
the age of consent in that community, shall we say, always seems to be a little hazy.
It's a gray area.
Yeah, it's a little gray.
It's a little bit.
Yeah,
it's
April's
a little,
right.
It's a little bit
gray.
It's more like guidelines than
He's
anything.
the guy pushing that as well.
Right.
So, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I guess they can just have their own kids. Wait, no.
No.
Well, Ryobi, we'll be
No,
sure. We'll
they
be sure.
can't.
We'll be sure to keep the phone lines open the next time this topic comes up.
Good. I'll be here.
Thank you,
But
buddy.
he,
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Ryobi could have gone on all night if I let him.
I understand, though. That's not okay. Like, tell me what your reasoning is for not wanting to have to disclose that you have HIV. Is it just because you're embarrassed?
Scott Wiener? Well, it's because Scott Wiener is probably a degenerate who likes to fuck all the time. And when he has to tell people that he has HIV or he gets charged with a felony, it probably is embarrassing and he loses out on ass.
Okay, well, maybe don't contract that shit in the first place. Be a little more careful.
It's a little
with
late.
your sex partners.
It's a little late for that one. By the way, Matthew Q's $5 brought us to 200 for tonight.
Thank you.
If you are feeling generous, guys, we would really appreciate you chipping in this evening. We are a long ways away, and we've got about 35 minutes until we bring out our begging bowl and see if we can keep ourselves having a show on the internet by just pleading for you to throw pity dollars at us. So Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, gifted memberships, etc. If you want to help us out, we do appreciate it. Let's everybody take a break from what you're doing, watching the show, everything else. Just throw in a couple. MSO says, such an easy win tonight. I almost feel bad. Yeah, I don't want to spend the next 35 minutes of the show in flop sweat, but it's definitely starting to build a little. $200 away from tonight. Oh, yeah, it's starting to get a little slippery in here. And MSO is already declaring victory. So if you guys want to start punching up a couple of PayPals, a couple of Streamlabs, we got I got people I pay and shit like that. We'd appreciate it if you threw in a little bit. Unless the show sucks tonight, then teach us a fucking lesson and we won't do bullshit shows like this. This apparently has become the new blue dress, red dress, green dress,
fun.
whatever. Oh, great. A woman just said, oh, fun. That
I
means I'm
actually
doing a
hated
fucking
it.
dog shit show tonight.
What?
If a woman goes, oh, this is fun,
That was
that means,
pure sarcasm. I hate those pictures.
means I'm doing a terrible show.
Wow, you're
So now this wedding dress thing is apparently the new, it's kind of, remember when the bird seemed like it was suspended in midair?
Mm-hmm.
That couple took the video of the bird and it looked like it had just frozen upside down.
Yeah.
This is the new kind of glitch in the matrix thing that everyone's trying to figure out. And I think I did figure it out. I think I've actually got this thing nailed. This was a woman who was taking pictures of her in her wedding dress in front of a mirror. And this is what people saw when she posted it to Instagram. Or it just won't fucking play when I need it to because tonight's show is just a disaster in general. Maybe Misdemeanor was right. Misdemeanor was just talking shit in the chat a second ago saying, I see that previous beg didn't work. Yeah, you're right. We're having one of the slowest shows we've had in weeks now. Since the no begging era. It's brought me back to the to beg time. Motherfucker!
Jesus.
And then it
this
just
is bad.
skipped to another one. This is just a disaster
Bad
tonight.
website.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the New York Post wants to run ads for like a minute and then just skip your video.
How does anyone ever go through with watching the video?
Because they don't suck like we do. That's the issue here. All right, let's go back to wherever the fuck this was. Here we go. Now, this isn't good. I'll be honest with you guys. This story is not that good.
I was really excited to see what was so weird about it.
Well, if the fucking thing will load, we'll show it to you.
Fucking website is terrible.
This is the New York Post. Yeah, the New York Post is just full of ads.
Is there just a way to look at the picture and not watch a video?
I would love to. Oh, now they want to show us 2 ads before they show it. Oh, God, I'm falling apart. Tonight's a disaster, guys.
It's not a
Don't try to
disaster.
talk me out of it. Just let me be the way I am. And let's try to bring this thing in for a landing tonight. No, go ahead. Take your fucking time. It's not even that good. The audience is not good. They're going to be like, wow,
You
fucking
have to stay
great.
with it now.
And I'm not shitting you. Look at this. It's frozen now. This ad is now. Okay, there we go.
Thank Christ.
Oh, man. No, go ahead. Take your time.
Play the whole thing.
I'm not fucking busy at all.
No skip button or anything.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
This
my.
is fucking tragic.
Thanks, Adobe.
I know part of it's me. I got it. All right, here we go. So this is the picture she took. And April, when you see it, let me know what the problem is.
Oh, boy. Is it her watch and shit is on the...
No,
Nope,
you're
that's
thinking
not
way
it.
too hard.
I am. Oh, boy. I don't see it yet. I hope the chat can see it.
You can't...
I'm not seeing it. It's
You're shitting me. You're thinking
well, it's
way
clearly
too hard.
2 different mirrors at 2 different angles and stuff. So
No,
the
it's not.
different... Why not? You don't think there's 2 different things there? You can't be seeing her twice.
Right.
Except for having
Okay,
mirrors
look
there.
at her pose here.
Oh, her pose is different.
Yeah.
How did she do that?
I have a couple different theories.
A twin?
One, these aren't mirrors, and these are either 2 or 3 different people. I think these are maybe bridesmaids and shit.
Triplets.
And these are just different people.
You're right.
And
Those aren't mirrors.
Yeah, I don't think these are mirrors, and she's fucking around with stuff.
Even if it was mirrors, yeah, every single person, their arms are different.
Yeah.
I was thinking too hard.
I don't think that. I think she's trying to do a goofy little thing on social media.
Different people.
She's like,
same
oh my
dress.
God, look, it's a glitch in the Matrix, but it's just girls who look similar to each other.
Wow. I can't.
Well, no, wait a minute. This one has the watch on. Okay. She's got the watch on there. Okay, the other theory I had was that she just kind of collaged pictures together.
Yeah, but look at the background. It very much runs together nicely.
And I don't know if these are mirrors. These might not be mirrors. These might be different pictures.
You already told me they're not mirrors, so.
No, my theory is they're not mirrors.
Well, right now, it can't be a mirror and have their arms doing different things.
That's
so
why
either they've
people are
melded the pictures or
Right.
it's different people.
That's why people are saying it's fucked up, is because if it's mirrors, it's 3 different poses.
But you love that glitch in the Matrix type theory too. Like you
I want
love
it-
pretending that that's real.
No, I don't like pretending that's real. I like coming up with the explanation as to why this is a thing. That's what I'm looking for.
So do you believe that's the same woman?
Yes, but I think they're different pictures. She snapped a photo of herself trying on gowns, but was shocked when she noticed that the mirror reflections didn't match reality.
I don't believe her.
I think she's a lying sack of shit. Coates' arms appear in 3 different poses in the photo, leading many online to freak out.
Get the hell out of that dress store.
Coates later learned from Apple Store employees that the wedding dress magic was just a technical glitch with her iPhone's live photo feature. Okay, so she was taking a picture, and Apple's live photo captures you for seconds as you move. Like Androids have these too.
How did it place her in different places in the store though? Like she's clearly standing in different places.
Well, it was a technical glitch with the live photo thing. So it kept taking pictures as she moved.
Did she move across the room too?
Look,
or
I'm
just her arms?
I'm just going with Apple. They have a logical explanation as to what happened here. I'm telling you. What else did we find out?
It's a series of images from left to right. And what it's done at the exact moment that it crossed behind your back, you raise your arms in that half a split second, and then it's made a completely different image on the other side.
That doesn't even look like the same person.
Another bride-to-be went viral for her own try-on nightmare for a custom-made gown.
I start walking around, and I start to feel like a little bit of a breeze around the nipples. And I look down, and I'm like, oh, they're fully exposed.
Oh, what a lovely wedding dress you
That's
have
good.
there. You've got your nips out.
All eyes will indeed be on you. Your nice tits
Yeah,
out.
everyone will look at your tits in your wedding dress. Everyone will say, "Oh, how wonderful she looks."
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
So it was simply
Your tits
just
are out?
it was simply just a glitch in the whole thing.
That's really strange. I'd be a little freaked out at first too.
That's all it was. Thank you very much to Alex. Alec, I'm sorry. Says, I tell you what, it's a new month, so here's some money. Hope the show goes better now. Yeah, fucking me too. Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Alec.
190 away for tonight. We don't have to do Ed and Michelle for overtime. Maybe that's a lot of people don't give a fuck about Ed and Michelle. There you go. I'll delete that part, and then we'll do this. There you go.
Yay.
190 away.
That works.
From tonight, if you'd like to chip in. Go tell your friends to tune into Steel Toe, because if your friends hate us and they think we're fucking terrible, I know one of their favorite things to do is watch those last 5 minutes when we're a long ways away and watch me sit here and sweat and do this. So I'll take the numbers. As long as they hit the thumbs up button and they subscribe to the channel, let them know that we might fall flat on our ass tonight and I might have to do 3 fucking shows tomorrow. I need you to let them know because, again,
I'll do 2 with you.
I like the numbers. Well, thank you. 190 away from tonight. Let's see if we can make it go. The Selena Gomez story. I wasn't going to do it, but then Citizen M said he loved it.
Okay.
So I wanted to do it. And I think Selena Gomez is a great example of what happens when you try to appease everyone and you try to play the middle ground on a tough topic when all you had to do was just shut the fuck up.
Yes, don't talk about political shit.
Yeah.
Especially as like a celebrity. Nobody wants to hear that from you.
Yeah, and in this case with Selena Gomez, she doesn't know anything about Israel and Palestine and world events or anything like that. So don't, for the grace of God and for your own company and for your own sanity, don't do it.
She knows about music and lupus.
That's it,
And
yeah.
That's all I want to hear from her.
She knows music. She knows lupus. After that, she's got nothing.
Kidney transplants.
That's all she knows. So she decided to try and give some kind of position. She has a company called Rare Beauty.
Okay.
They sell makeup and shit. There's nobody that's buying makeup that needs to know their makeup company's opinion on Israel and Palestine.
I kind of wish I wouldn't know. I don't want to buy my makeup one day and be like, oh God, they really support the Jews or something like
Right.
that. Like, I don't care.
Well, what she tried to do was do the whole, I just hope there's peace and I hope there's an end to the war and everyone can get along and blah. She tried to do one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And at a time where everything's really heated and people are upset and pissed off about shit, the last thing you want to do is be the, can't we all just get along person? Because instead of like finding that middle ground where everyone can go, Selena Gomez is right, we should all just try to get along. Instead, you just get both sides yelling at you that you don't understand, you're privileged, you don't get what the real issue is, and you're being really insensitive to dead people right now. No matter which side the other people are on, you're being insensitive to their dead people.
100%. And they're going to hate you.
So now Rare Beauty had to come out and try to clean up her mess. So the company Rare Beauty tried to, clarify.
Right, make a statement.
Selena Gomez's position on Israel and Palestine, which again,
Don't, though.
don't. Just leave it alone.
Stop.
You tried before. It was a disaster. Cut your losses. It's the internet. It'll go away in a week or two.
I would literally never put out a PSA on how I felt about this.
Hey, you run a makeup company. What do you think about Israel and Palestine? I don't. I like the Michael Jordan approach that, Republicans buy sneakers too. Mm-hmm. Or that like, hey, we're a company that makes makeup. Why stick our toe into this international like hot button issue when our position on it means literally zero?
Not at all. Yeah, it's not good for business to talk about this.
Nobody has ever said that the conflict in the Middle East got better once Rare Beauty clarified their position on matters. It didn't get better after that.
Like, whichever side you pick, the other side's not going to suddenly just buy, like, you're not going to sell out of all your stuff to that country.
Right. Zen Rhino says, I don't care about her opinions. Selena Gomez is fuckable AF.
Not anymore.
She's very cute, but she's got to shut the fuck up when it comes to this. And look, I wish more famous people would just shut up about their positions on this stuff. I'd find them much more likable.
I always want celebrities and athletes to shut the fuck up about politics and wars and everything that's not the thing they do.
The singer-actress's very own Rare Beauty, of which she is founder and chairwoman, just posted a lengthy statement on the war in the Middle East.
Don't. Do people not have people that they run this by?
Well, no, this was the board. This was like the whole makeup company.
And they all just co-signed?
They ran it by each other and they said, guys, this sounds like a whiz-bang of an idea. I think it's great. We'll talk about Israel and Palestine again. And everyone will hear our statement on it and they'll go, oh, I understand now. That's okay.
There are instances where if you have a big enough company and you decide to make a stand like for one way or another on a topic, that could be like business ending for you.
Well,
like the Bud Light shit fucking took a nosedive.
One of those things where it's like there's no victory in this for you because people aren't reasonable right now when it comes to this shit. They've picked their sides. I like Apple. Like Apple doesn't really, you don't see Apple making a position on this. They're like, fuck you, you stupid retards. Just buy our shit. You know? You don't see Nike going, oh, free Palestine, or, you know, we roll with Israel. They're like, shut up, you fucking dipshits, and spend all your parents' money on sneakers.
I don't see most companies doing that.
No.
You know why? Because it's bad for business every time.
McDonald's, shut up, you fucking diabetic, and eat a cheeseburger. The singer-actress's very own Rare Beauty, of which she is founder, posted a lengthy statement on the war in the Middle East. And right off the bat, it seems like they're leaning way more pro-Palestine. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. That's always the dangerous one, too. Like, I feel like
you're
supporting the Jews is, like, one thing.
You're fucked either way.
I know.
Because if you try to support Israel, they're just going to go, oh, imperialist colonizers oppressing the Palestinians with their bombings and their settlements. And, you know, then if you say, oh, well, Israel, you know, has a right to exist. And oh, so now you side with genocide? Wow, you piece of... There's nothing you can do. And it's makeup. So you're talking to a bunch of women, and they're all getting their positions from shit they heard a man say. So you don't need to go and rile them up.
Well, and I just feel like it's a stay in your lane moment, too. Like, you do makeup. You probably do makeup really well.
Yeah.
Stick to that.
I'm sure you're the best makeup people in the business.
Oh, I don't know.
Buddy Travis says, makeup maker doesn't give a shit about a place where your women don't wear makeup. Who'd have thought?
That's another great thing. Yeah, people don't really fucking wear makeup over there a whole lot. Could you just chill?
Their post said, thousands of innocent Palestinian civilians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes, and millions of civilians have been displaced and left without access to food, water, medicine, or basic necessities for survival. A large number of these victims are children. Palestinian civilians must be protected, period. So now, already I can hear Israeli supporters, American conservatives, Jews, just going, oh, yeah, so Israel now should just have to sit back and get killed, and civilians should have to be murdered by rockets, and...
The heads are exploding.
There's no winning here. It's like it's not going to go well.
When you choose sides, someone's always unhappy.
You should have just shut the fuck up. Selena Gomez should have never said anything in the first place, but she tried to do the aw shucks, gee, I'm just a nice girl, I hope everyone gets along kind of thing. And then everybody ate her alive. I think she deleted her Instagram for a little bit.
She did.
I don't know if it's still deleted, but she took it down because she couldn't handle the comments she was getting from her Israel-Palestine post. Almost like having an opinion on a hot button issue is going to be a loser idea if you're a famous person because you're never going to please everyone.
Every time.
Now, Rare Beauty's IG account threw up a photo of a maroon square with the words humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Their caption is a mouthful, and they try certainly to walk the line. But even there, Real Beauty makes it clear that they do not condone or support what's going on the Palestinian side of the situation, namely Israel moving into the area and trying to snuff out Hamas. Well, you know TMZ is going to report it like that because Harvey's a big Israel supporter. So,
what?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, Harvey, I don't know if you know this, but Harvey's going to really root hard for Israel to, pull it out.
What's his last name again?
Levin.
Levin.
Levine. Levin.
Levin.
Whatever. Whatever you want to say. No, see, Skeezy says you're not allowed to criticize the Jews, you dipshit, especially in Hollywood. It's actually, it's cutting both ways this time.
Yeah, I don't think either way is a good look, but I do think it's extra not okay in Hollywood to criticize the Jews. Absolutely.
But if you try to side with Israel too in Hollywood, there's also a big group of people who will cut your fucking balls off because you're a colonizer now. This is the most 50-50 get shit on for either position I've ever seen this issue have in my lifetime.
There's probably some Jewish people out there too that don't like what Israel's doing.
There are anti-Zionist Jews, they call them. By the way, guys, 185 away. Front Porch Conservative. You ain't getting my money, says Kanye West was too early. Well, here's the thing. Kanye West didn't give a fuck then. I'm sure he wouldn't give a fuck now. People just don't ask his opinion anymore.
And he doesn't really give it anymore either. No. He's just living his best life with his new Kim.
Well, that MK Ultra guy threatened to zap his brain and he'll never see his kids again. So,
that trainer.
Yeah, Harvey Pasternak.
Oh, that guy's nasty.
Sputnik, Cho and Lai, Bridge on the River Kwai.
Yeah.
Lebanon, Charles de Gaulle, California baseball, Starkweather, homicide, children of thalidomide. Front Porch Conservative with $5 says, guys, either we help them meet this goal or April will have to pimp out Aaron, which means April's pimp efforts will bring in no money at all. Oh, no.
No pimping?
I don't want that. Pimping is hard. It ain't easy.
Pimping's a hard life. I got to keep my pimp hand strong.
All right. Well, that Front Porch Conservative, you just put us at 185 for tonight. Thank you very much. If you guys want to continue contributing, we appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships. About 15 minutes away from just being gross beggar, like not even show hosts anymore, just filthy panhandlers looking for $185. So we can hit the metric numbers that it takes to make payroll and fucking keep this thing on the air. So we abandon our dignity in about 15 minutes, unless we knock out that goal beforehand. 185. If you feel like chipping in, there's all the links. Thank you to everyone who's contributed so far tonight. You've helped out. Now let's everyone else get us the rest of the way there.
Thank you.
Summerlin, I like this one. This was just, there's no like Israel, Ukraine, any kind of bearing on this story.
Sure.
I just thought it was silly and funny.
I like a silly story.
And I liked it. A Summerlin homeowner said her security footage caught the moments before and after an Amazon delivery driver urinated in her front yard.
Aww.
You couldn't wait, could you?
Have you never had those moments where you desperately need to pee?
Just got to take a piss.
And you're like, God, is there just a bush no one can see me behind?
For weeks, Val Williams said a stench was coming from her front yard.
Ew.
And that's why she repositioned one of her surveillance cameras. Why do you have such smelly piss?
It shouldn't smell for that long.
No.
Even if you did eat something nasty, like the smell should go away when that shit dries.
Even if you walk out into the front yard and someone pissed by the street, you shouldn't be able to smell that.
Not usually.
Piss shouldn't be that pungent. Drink some
only
water,
eats asparagus.
bro. Yeah. On Monday night, the footage she caught shocked her. Okay, let's take a look at the footage then.
A woman claims an Amazon delivery driver urinated in her front yard. The act shocked the homeowner, who says she witnessed a terrible act involving her own hose. And our Jaewon Jung.
Well,
her own hose.
We call them sex workers now, but
yeah, it's not a hose.
That's fine.
She's a nice
woman
lady.
Who says she never expected this type of delivery.
I expect dogs to pee outside. I don't expect human beings to pee outside.
For weeks, Val Williams said,
You ever drank?
Have you done anything?
Yeah, I mean, it happens from time to sometimes you piss outside.
I literally pee outside every time I go hunting.
You ever been to a bonfire? I mean,
right, that too. You just kind of walk away to the trees for a second.
Yeah, you walk away. It's dark out.
It's
you walk
easier
away
than going
to the
inside. Got to take your shoes off.
Yeah, you go piss.
As a stench was coming from the front yard of her Summerlin home.
I had actually recently repositioned that camera because I had been smelling urine.
Then in the evening of October...
You got a nose like a beagle.
Yeah, right, like a supersonic nose. Like,
yeah.
I think that guy ate spaghetti today.
Yeah, you're just sitting there going, smell piss. Delivery driver must have pissed here last night. I was like, you can still smell piss from yesterday?
It's either driver or the stray cat.
Yeah.
October 30th,
I got a notification from a camera and saw a gentleman walking onto the property. And so I waited for the vehicle to drive away. Once I actually turned on the video, it was an Amazon driver.
In the video, you can see the man in an Amazon uniform heading towards Williams' property after delivering a package to her neighbor. About a minute later, you see him walk back toward the Amazon delivery van.
Oh, he's pulling his pants up.
Yeah.
Okay, so he probably pissed on the garage.
He definitely pissed on the garage.
Oh, you
It's going to leave a stain eventually if you don't drink enough water.
Don't be pissing on people's
Come
garages.
on.
She's got lots of plants there. You could hide behind that shrub, whip your dick out, and piss right there.
Probably could. You might kill it, though, if it smells that bad.
Well, it's better than, reeking up her garage, apparently.
While pulling up his pants. When Williams stepped outside, this is what she saw.
He had peed
Oh,
come on.
Come on, fella.
Disgusting.
So he pissed in the mulch. Yeah, that piss smell can soak into the mulch, and then the mulch can give it off. Yeah.
It's kind of like back when I cleaned horse stalls and we had wood chips for like bedding in there. That shit really does soak in.
Yep.
And it
Okay,
stinks.
so now I can see why she smells piss, because it's soaked into her wood chips.
Oh,
like
man.
kitty litter.
Oh, and it's just fermenting in the
all over the
sun.
house and the water hose. I felt violated. I was disappointed and felt angry.
She calls
The
it a
first
hate
probably
crime.
20 chats.
Right away, she contacted Amazon and the company's local delivery service partner, IBR Logistics. The owner of IBR Logistics telling Williams over text, "I do apologize for this happening." But when I tried calling IBR, "Hi, Esther, my name is Jay Warren. No, thank you. Would you like to say any kind of statement?" Amazon confirmed he is no longer delivering for the company.
Okay.
IBR
That's good.
Logistics told Williams there have been similar complaints about that same driver. Still, Williams says
He took a shit on my cat.
He's just a serial urinator.
He just pisses
Like-
wherever he wants to. The guy's an animal.
I
What are
mean,
you going to do?
Look, I might piss outside like a lot, but I don't want people seeing me.
Yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
don't do it where somebody can see.
Alex Nerio with $9.99 says, did someone say Jews? Well, I mean, a long time ago, but yeah.
A few times tonight.
I mean, if you watch this show, you can pretty much leave that super chat every day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. By the way, 180 away from tonight, and now 10 minutes until I abandon my dignity and stop being a show host and just beg people for money so I can keep my fake career going. So thank you very much for that.
Yes.
Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, memberships. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, is this April in this video?
Oh, no.
All right, more importantly, that makes it $175. Maybe we can get there if everybody decides, ooh, gifted memberships are cool too. I want to get to 600. Let's see
End
what
it
the
for
video
him.
is. Oh, Litchfield Marching Dragons at the Roseville Parade.
In 2022.
In 2022. This wouldn't be you, but...
Is this? Yeah, that's not me. There's
April-
Mr. Caesar. I love him. He's like a dad to me.
Unless
Back-
somebody, guy named Brutus behind him, stabs him right in the back. All right, April, is this good marching band form?
I haven't gotten to see really yet.
All right, let's fast forward. Let's see. How are they doing?
Why would they send this right now?
Bro, it looks gay. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's always gay if you've never done it.
I don't like this rook thing that they've got right there, that castle deal.
You'd think you would like a castle deal. I'm always more interested in the band than the color card.
This sucks balls. Can we fast forward?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not in this
Okay,
video.
April, here's your marching band. How are they doing?
Well, they look good.
That good?
Yeah.
When do they
The
start?
sound is bad from over here. Real bad.
When do they start goose stepping?
Oh,
that sounds awful.
That was bad. That was a trumpet soloist.
Aren't they supposed to be good?
Yeah. Maybe the whole thing was like getting that high-pitched sound. I don't like it. That guy's a judge.
Okay.
In the red. The red shirts are judges.
So are these guys going to Nazi salute and these ones are going to...
I don't know why we're watching this.
Red Fox Mad sent it to us. So this is what you used to do?
Yep.
What did you play?
What did I play in most of the shows?
Yeah.
I did, depending on which show it was, either saxophone or clarinet. Yeah.
You weren't a trumpeter.
No.
All right, guys. 175
I was not
is
in that
the
video.
number. They're calling it LARPing Band this time around.
LARPing band. I watched their show this year in Sauk Rapids, and it was very good. It's a different conductor now. Caesar finally retired.
Honestly, those marching band shit, you could tell me that something was you could tell me some school was great. And then you could tell me the same school sucked ass, and I'd be like, I believe it. It's terrible.
I hate to be a fag myself, but I get straight up emotional over that shit.
Oh,
like when I went to watch them this year, I was like, oh God, that used to be me, and they're still so good. So, yeah, I was really happy that none of you were around to see me like really enjoying it, because I wanted to enjoy it purely by myself.
Skeezy says April played the band teacher's skin flute. April?
Hey, no, he was like a father to us. You stop that.
What
Caesar's
kind of
a
father?
good man.
Fingering father?
Man. I said man.
Zen Rhino says, Yeti, the dating pool in that neck of the woods must be pretty shallow if April had to settle for Loaf Piggy. Now, why would you say something like that?
He's not from my neck of the woods.
That you know is going to hurt my feelings so much. How dare you? Green Aaron says, this parade stinks. I like the ones he says I usually go to. I'm going to help you shit talk me a little bit. I like the ones I usually go to, and it's a rainbow. See, he's saying I'm a homosexual in that one.
Oh, I got it.
Thank you, buddy. You want to see gay? Give it about 5 minutes here. We're about 175 away. Watch Boss Man Nagel look away in about 5 minutes because this is going to be embarrassing
Oh, is
as
he
shit.
here? Oh, there he is.
By the way, tomorrow, as we said at the beginning of the show, 3 o'clock Central Time, Gino and I are going to put on a banger of a show that
wait.
I am going to prep tonight. After we're done with this show, I'm done with tomorrow morning's show.
Okay.
But I am going to put a few things together for tomorrow afternoon because
Good.
I know if I just feel like if I leave it up to Gino on a Monday Night Football where the Chargers
He'll
are
wing
playing,
it.
I don't know how much I'll really have. I'll be
wow.
honest. So I'll grab a few things, and then just like last time, we'll get to maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Right.
With
Last time was very funny. I
was a
listened
very
to it
good
while I was out hunting, and you guys were a chuckle the whole time.
This one will be really good as well. I don't think Gino and I can miss, quite frankly. If you're into UFC news, Jorge Masvidal has settled his case with Colby Covington.
Wow.
The one where he sucker punched Colby Covington
Yeah.
at that club.
It's been a while.
He took a plea deal, and it doesn't look like he's going to face any kind of jail time. This was him outside the courthouse today.
Just beat the case. I want to thank God.
Okay,
I want to thank God.
So I don't get about, like, what is he, Cuban or whatever the fuck he is?
I don't know.
Like, guys like him, like Latinos do this all the time. Like, yeah, I beat the case. You didn't beat the case. You took a plea deal. You had to plead guilty to shit.
Technically, though, if you didn't go to jail, doesn't it feel like beating the case?
I guess that's beating the case.
I don't want to go to jail.
That's like getting a speeding ticket and you don't have to go to court. And you're like, yeah, I beat the case. No, you didn't. You just paid a $180 fine for speeding.
Yeah.
You just wrote them a check so you didn't have to go to court. That's all it was.
Just beat the case. I want to thank God. And I also want to thank this man right here because I'm a free fucking man. Fuck you, Kobe. It's going to be a fucking movie now. All these orders, all these restraining orders, all these things been lifted off. It's going to be a fucking movie. Thank you, Brad.
You're
God
welcome,
bless.
man.
If
You're
you
welcome.
run into trouble, this is the dude right here, huh? I'm telling you.
I'm telling you right now, he's got brain damage.
I don't think that, like, after the court beating the case videos are very classy.
No.
That's kind of just
well, he is.
though.
He's always been trash.
I do know that he is street garbage.
Yeah.
In general.
And
but
he's showing a few signs of like that, like fighter speak and like slow brain.
I don't see any cauliflower ear, which is weird.
But he does sound a little punchy.
Yeah.
It's probably time to maybe be done. Didn't Colby Covington beat the fuck out of him?
I don't recall
In
that,
their fight?
but I do know that Colby Covington is basically always hanging out with Donald Trump and hot bitches and microkinis now.
But I thought Covington beat him like 5 rounds to nothing and just punched his face in. I thought maybe they didn't. I thought they fought Colby Covington, Masvidal.
They did have quite a rivalry for a while.
Right,
though.
so they had to have fought each other.
Yeah.
Colby Covington kicked the shit out of him for 5 rounds back in 2022. I remember that.
Oh wow, that was that recent.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay? I do remember that now.
Colby whooped his ass. I don't like that. I don't like when guys get their asses kicked and then they keep talking
They
shit.
spout some shit.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this is kind of embarrassing.
Could you be humbled for 5 seconds?
Right.
Just to 5 seconds?
All right, guys, here you go. Biden crime family with $5 says, all right, you poors, get the goal down to 100 and I will finish it off. All right, well, there you go, guys.
Come on.
170 away from tonight, and if you get it down to 100,
You heard him.
Biden crime family is going to take care of the rest. So in a couple of minutes, I know we're going to rattle the cans, see if we can get this thing hammered out. And then, so I guess 70 from you guys, and then Biden crime family has the rest. So with the Masvidal thing, he pled no contest, which I think no contest is basically saying, look, if I took this to trial, I'd probably lose, but I'm not admitting I'm guilty. What he's saying is, this doesn't look good for me, but I don't want to go to trial. Right. As a result of the plea agreement, the 2 felonies Jorge faced were dropped: aggravated assault and criminal mischief. We're also told there is no stay-away order in the plea.
Wow.
According to the DA's office, the case was adjudicated guilty, though Masvidal never admitted guilt. Masvidal had been facing over a decade behind bars. Pled no contest to misdemeanor battery and will not go to jail.
It's kind of more fun just having him out of jail, though, just to see what else he's up to.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't mind him.
He retired in April after Gilbert Burns fucked him up. And then he launched his own fight promotion, Game Bread, which I don't really know if you want to fight for Jorge Masvidal's thing, but
some people really do like him. I don't really anything him. He is a character though, and I do like a character.
Right. I've just always kind of thought he was a bit retarded.
A lot of fighters are. That's why they're fighters. They've got nothing else going for them.
It's always my thing with him. I actually kind of like Colby Covington. He's a little obnoxious.
He's completely douchebag material.
He's a little douchey, but
go to his Instagram and tell me he's not a douchebag. Every post is him.
Is it like all Trump shit?
No. It's all him with 2 hot bitches on each side wearing almost nothing.
God bless.
And like spouting off about something.
God bless. He's fighting for the title pretty
soon
here.
It's douchebag material.
I don't know.
I mean, good for him. I like a lot of his shit because I'm like, I guess good for him. He's got all these ladies, but...
All right, guys, we're going to fire up the music here, and then we're going to see if we can get this down to 100, and then Biden crime family is going to finish it off. So we're going to break out the music, which I think we broke it out once or twice last week.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think one time last week. We didn't break it out at all the week before, so we got to dust this thing off for the first time in a while. Let's break out the music, break out the offering plate. Everyone throw in a couple of bucks, and we'll get this down to the point where Biden crime family takes care of the rest. Ready? Here we go. All right. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships. The offering plate is coming down your row of the church.
Of Steel Toe.
The church of the toe. Of the blessed toe. And all you guys have to do is get us down to 100. And Biden crime family is going to hammer out the rest. So everybody... go ahead and throw in a couple of bucks and knock this thing out. Gifted memberships are very cool also.
Always.
But we technically only have to get this thing down to 100. So sort of like 70 away.
Right.
So let's all chip in together.
Slam that out.
Yeah, and make this thing go. Bree S wants April to rattle it. There you go.
Me?
April, be a team player and rattle that offering plate. MSO says, whenever the plate comes out, I consider it a win. I mean, lately...
E-Rock's here still.
Lately, I didn't want E-Rock here for this. This is the most embarrassing part. This is the part where I come with my hat in my hands and I go like...
You know what I say?
We didn't do a very good job
Not much longer.
There you go.
It's not much longer.
Well,
not much longer.
Not much longer. That is the one thing that keeps me in good spirits about having to do this.
I know. I do have a little bit of a shit grin on my face sometimes.
Yes. And also, the fact that it's come out like twice in the last 3 weeks,
I know.
that's kind of nice too. The
My
only
pipe's gonna work out.
The only problem is it ain't working thus far. We got about 5 minutes to go.
Ooh.
There's Mr. Dan Man says can't do it all. Need one other pour. 67 from Mr. Dan Man. And 5 from Nicholas. That's gonna put us. That's gonna put us at 100 away. Let's see how the rest of the. All right, Biden crime family.
You're up.
Let's see. Oh, someone says try not to dead name me and read Streamlabs. God, I am terrible at the Streamlabs thing. All right, let's see. Triple N says I got 5 on it. Well, there you go.
Okay, well it is there. Did
I'm
you
glad
dead name him?
I didn't dead name him.
Okay.
Not at all. All right, thank you, Mr. Dan Man. Thank you, Triple N. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, all of you guys. I appreciate it. Now, MSO, you haven't lost yet.
Nope.
We're 100 away until Biden crime family. Until Biden crime family takes care of that last 100, technically you're still in the game. Dabblebet says, shake it, ape.
Look at your other alter ego, though.
Oh, no. Green Aaron doing an E-Rock callback, saying, I'm rubbing garlic butter saw on myself. Oh, that is a fan. That's an O&A fan from way back in the day there.
That's funny.
Holy shit. Well, guys, let's call it. Even though you didn't play my link on Rumble Link Friday,
Hey.
Biden crime family with 110. There you go. All right, guys, that's good. There it is.
Thank you.
It is done.
Throw that link in there.
Yeah, throw the link in there, and we'll play it 8
We'll
times
oblige.
for you. How's that?
Thank you, Biden crime fam.
Thank you, Biden crime family, playing the role of David Chandler today. We
Always a
appreciate
good role.
that. I think MSO is not being unreasonable when he says that bringing the plate out nowadays, seeing as we've been on such a fortunate roll lately,
Mm-hmm.
I think MSO's right. If that plate comes out, that should be somewhat of a moral victory for him.
Moral for sure.
Yeah,
like
because-
we've lost it all at that point.
Yeah. And like
I
what used to be an everyday occurrence now comes out, not even once a week anymore.
It's
But
better.
so now when it does, it's almost like a sadder commentary. So it's technically, it makes him look better
It
when it
humbles
comes
us
out.
every now and then.
It's humbling, yes. Dabblebet says, would you accept $20 to say, oh, I'm a complete whore? Absolutely, Dabblebets. I'm not. You don't get to sit here and shake a plate like this from market 195 in the country and then, come on the internet and use your audience to keep your show alive through donations and then say, but I'm drawing a moral line in the sand on saying things that people who give me money want me to say. That's like a weird, perverse pride that people have. Like you don't get to both have that pride and be a filthy e-beggar. You don't get to do both. So dabble bets. And also, I don't put that much stock in shit like this. This is all for yucks. This is all just comedy and silliness. I mean, what is it? Like, I've been really mean to Red Bar. Really mean. Like I've
been
said,
equally as mean to us.
I think I've been meaner to him, way meaner to him.
Do you want to yell at them while I take my contacts out? They hurt.
Sure.
Thank you.
I've been way meaner to Red Bar than he's ever been to me. I definitely went hard in the paint on Mike. And I think it's part of the reason that Mike doesn't really fuck around with us anymore is because I was very mean. But again, like if you're going to be a cunt, I'm going to be mean to you and then I'm going to laugh at your misfortune and then that's just the way it goes. So yes, for $20 I'd say that. I'd say it for free, but you're offering me $20. Citizen M says, I need clips, so you have to bring the plate out every once in a while. Yeah. How is Citizen M going to make videos shitting on our show while simultaneously being a member of it and a fan of it if I don't bring out the plate every once in a while? Things can't go too well for this program or MSO's not going to have anything to do. Dabblebet says it's coming your way once I make an official Cash App. I'm looking forward to it, buddy. And I will read it all day long. So you guys don't want Ed and Michelle for tonight's overtime? I mean, I would have, but it looks like you guys wanted something else for overtime today. You let me know, and we'll either do the Ed and Michelle thing. I've also got, this is a blast from the past, I've got DSP, like, ranting about Taylor Swift fans. I mean, it's a little over the top. And like he's terrible. I get it. But it is funny to watch. Like, so I was on R Cringe today. And I was watching it, and I'm just like, I can't imagine being this worked up and like angry about fucking Taylor Swift fans. Like he's screaming, he's yelling at people, like he's acting like they deserve to be sent to a death camp for buying tickets to a Taylor Swift show, as if it has any bearing on his life whatsoever. So what do you want to do? Do you want to do DSP or Ed and Michelle?
Holy shit, DSP.
He was on R Cringe today and he was yelling at Taylor Swift fans.
Can I have this back?
And it's unreasonable. Like it's really, really bad.
That seems kind of out of his lane to yell at a Taylor Swift fan. I don't know. Like, is that something that a DSP should
I think
be
he's
doing?
trying to do more reaction content now.
Okay.
So he's got Taylor Swift TikToks playing. That's what I don't get. Like, why play it and then make yourselves really mad at the people that you're playing and then yell at them?
Don't do that unless that's like the thing you're going for and people really like watching you be upset.
Yeah, and it's people just enjoying themselves at the concert. That's literally all it is. Here, I'll play it for you, and you tell me.
Yeah, just play it.
If this, although a lot of people are saying Ed and Michelle, so maybe I just get through this thing real quick.
Yeah, we haven't had any taste of DSP for a minute.
All right, so it's a guy talking about some people at a Taylor Swift concert ripping down each other's signs and whether or not that's illegal to rip down people's signs. And DSP gets like fucking pissed about it.
For a concert ticket, only for that show to be blocked by someone else's sign because it interferes with my enjoyment of the concert, and they can't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, battery is any non-consensual offensive contact with another, and yes, it also includes anything that person is holding.
Lawyers and TikTok, is there any more of an unholy marriage?
This isn't good.
Than lawyers and TikTok.
I think it's...
Oof.
This is maybe some of the worst. Like, it is really cringy. Couldn't you just do some lawyer stuff?
Because that is an extension of their person. Just ask these people who are charged for snatching signs out of protesters.
DSP, would you say something, please? This is going on too long.
I just won the lottery.
Talk.
Here we go.
Okay. I have a big solution to this one. Are you ready? Here's the solution. Don't fucking pay $700 to go to a concert, you fucking idiot. I don't care if you're a teenager. I don't care if you're an adult. You're a moron. No concert is worth $700. You're a complete fucking jackass to pay it.
Wow.
And the fact that you went to a Taylor Swift concert and paid that just shows that you're a mind-numbing drooler. You're a fucking moron, and you deserve anything you get for going to that fucking concert.
The loser.
I mean, it's a little hard in the paint. It's not the hill I would die on.
No.
And also, DSP just kind of sounds like a crank.
Yeah, he seems like he's upset that other people have fun.
Right.
Like if they want to spend their $700 on a concert and enjoy themselves, I don't see the problem.
I cannot think of something that would upset me less than someone who's not me paying $700 to go to a concert.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I didn't pay for it. I didn't buy it.
I've gotten close ones.
I get it. Bunch of 20-somethings want to go. Well, I guess now kind of 20 and 30-somethings now.
Yeah, I mean the Taylor Swift
the audience
crowd is getting older. It's
getting up there.
My age basically.
Yeah,
I grew up with that.
But he's just like, if you pay $7, I think he's trying to like force edginess. He's trying to be like shock jockey a little bit. If you pay $700 for a Taylor Swift concert ticket, then you're a fucking moron and you're a mind-numbing drooler. I don't even know what that means. And you deserve anything that happens to you. I'm like, really? An R word in the bathroom? Like, does that? Like, what does that entail, Phil?
It sounds like Mel Gibson in here.
Yeah, like what are we saying that they deserve? What does this all entail for a $700 Taylor Swift ticket?
You crayon munchers.
I mean, look, here's another idea, Phil. And if you like this, take it. If you don't, send it right back. Don't yell at me. Could just not go and watch a Taylor Swift concert or just not listen to her music.
Even worse. Stop watching TikToks regarding this concert.
Stop watching TikTok in general,
TikTok
Phil.
fucking sucks.
Jesus.
Everything about it fucking sucks.
I tell you this. Phil in his old age is just getting crankier and crankier. And
yeah,
about
but
nonsense.
I just sat here and sounded very cranky about TikTok as well. So
That's true.
I don't like it. I think it is the downfall of fucking society because all the retards get to just post how retarded they are at the drop of a hat.
Look, I'm Guy Smiley over here, and these two are just all cranky. Maybe you and DSP should do a show together. Just a couple of old cranks. This old crank.
How funny would that be? He'd just be snorting a night.
Buy Taylor Swift tickets. I hope you get sodomized by a broomstick. And then April's like, yeah, and if you're on TikTok, I hope you get lice in your balls and die. And then I'm sitting here going, or we could just not have TikTok or go to Taylor Swift concerts if we don't want to.
Oh, I hope they burrow in. Oh,
you paid $700.
I hope you get untreated syphilis for spending that much on a ticket. So now they have to be out $700 and they have to get syphilis?
Yeah, I hope your face melts off.
Jesus.
From syphilis.
For your ticket. All right? Now, if you go to a concert, should you be blocked of your view? No, but that's the fault of the concert venue, not the fault of the other concert goers. Right?
Okay.
Lawyer Phil.
So,
Run some
yeah,
more.
the venue should be making sure that people that go to the concert don't ruin the concert experience for everyone else. But that's up to them.
Phil, no offense. This isn't a VFW with a Diamond Rio cover band. There's 20,000 people in there.
Dude, I forgot about DSP. This is kind of like a weird treat at the moment.
I stopped covering him because everyone just said the same shit about him. It was the same thing with Brendan Schaub. I had to stop watching Brendan Schaub content because I was like, okay, I fucking get it. He's a loser and a dork and you don't like him. So like when it's something different that I can react to or have an opinion on, I like that kind of stuff.
I kind of hope that Whitney Cummings' baby is his.
That would be hilarious.
I kind of want that.
And I don't really see how that's something that his subreddit can shit on. It's like he fucked Whitney Cummings and knocked her up.
Oh, and his wife is currently pregnant too.
And
because he's just got babies.
And his wife ain't never leaving him. Like Brendan Schaub is just a trailer trash pimp, apparently.
He's living his best life.
Oh.
If they don't, again, shame on you for spending money at a concert venue like that and you didn't do research to find out if they do a good job or not, you know? It's
because every time I go to a concert, I make damn sure that my view won't be obstructed.
Does the XL Energy Center do a good job of stopping people from stealing my Taylor Swift signs? Google review. Enter. God, Phil is just an old crab.
He would hate venues like, First Avenue and the Armory and stuff. He would not last.
I went there and I said, excuse me, because I was trying to squeeze forward a little bit, and somebody turned around, flicked me in the nose, and told me to go fuck myself. I hate these fucking people.
It's sad, but people are dumb. People are cows. They fall for everything. They spend an insane amount of money on dunce level shit. And then they fucking sit there and not going to start getting into a fight and go to jail over it.
Isn't this the people who claim, now I don't know if this is true or not, but isn't this the same guy who people claim spent like $10,000 on mobile games?
Yeah, that's the very one.
People spend their money on stupid shit.
This guy also jacked it live on camera, which I think is very funny. And he's pulling out the most boomery insults.
Yeah.
This is dunce level behavior.
Dunce level, these stupid cows who buy concert tickets. I got bad news for you, Phil. We all waste our money on dumb shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us don't think it's dumb shit to us, but it's dumb shit to everybody else.
I spent a metric fuckload on a certain concert once, and it was completely worth it for me.
I spent, it was a gift. So I don't think I bought it. It was a Christmas gift, but I got a $350 Eric Church ticket.
Yeah, pretty much double that.
Fucking loved it. Well, I was sitting way in the back.
I think when my family and I went to Metallica, my dad split the difference because us young kids wanted to like buy mid-range tickets.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, fuck that noise. We're going to sit right up front. And we did. We sat row 5 right on the corner of the stage. It was sick. And it basically doubled the cost of our shit. It was like $700 a pop.
How long of a set did Metallica do?
Fucking ever. Like 4 hours.
Shit.
It was so fucking worth it.
I was going to say, fuck you. Eric Church doesn't even have an opening act. Just 2 nights.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
2 nights, 2 3-hour shows. You know why? Because he's prolific.
Fuck him.
Eric Church has more good albums than Metallica does.
Bullshit.
Hmm?
I got
Metallica
to see,
has what, 3?
I don't care. I like a bunch of their shit.
Eric Church has more good albums than 3.
I got to see Volbeat, Avenged Sevenfold, and Metallica for like fucking 8 hours of craziness.
It's too long.
Well, 2 hours of that was Metallica setting up this stage. We had a 2-hour intermission for them to set their shit
Could have
up.
left the stadium,
Yeah.
gotten dinner, and come back.
We should have, because
you
you know
should have
how
done.
expensive shit is there?
Probably, beer's
A lot.
probably about $15-20.
It was.
Yeah.
You're a moron. Thank you to Supreme
Thanks, Phil.
Bugs, who had a super chat and says, is it dumb to pay $700 for WrestleMania? Well.
Who the fuck is paying $700? To go to WrestleMania. I mean, but see now, Phil's a big wrestling guy. That's a good question. You can't yell at Taylor Swift fans and then go pay $700 to go to WrestleMania. I mean, for April and I to get not very good tickets to that Vikings game in Las Vegas, we're probably going to have to shell out $700 total for the two of us.
Total, I wouldn't spend that individually.
Because Las Vegas stadium tickets are fucking expensive.
For no good reason, though. Their stadium's not that impressive. It's brand new, too.
In Minnesota, if you go to a Vikings game and you wait until like an hour, half hour before the game, you can sit in premium club seating for $200.
And you know what? It's worth it. Our stadium is gorgeous. I've never seen a stadium like ours.
And then in Las Vegas, you spend $350 for a ticket, and it's like you'll sit in like the second or third level.
Are there even clubs at that stadium?
There are, but you don't want to know.
I'm sure all the
It's
celebrities go.
It's more than a Taylor Swift ticket.
I'm sure the celebrities are in there.
So, no, this is a good question. They're asking Phil, hey, jackass, what about WrestleMania? Would you pay $700 to go to WrestleMania? And I will tell you this. If WrestleMania is in Las Vegas And it's too bad I don't really like any of the wrestlers now.
Logan Paul.
I like Randy Orton.
Logan Paul's actually really fucking good. I watched some clips the other day.
And that's fine. The Rock's coming back, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't go to watch Logan Paul. But I guess
either.
The Rock's coming back. They still have Randy Orton. I guess he's coming back soon. I like those guys. And like maybe if Brock Lesnar's there. But it would be cool as a guy who used to be a wrestling fan to like make a one-time pilgrimage to Las Vegas to watch WrestleMania.
I would way rather go to like a boxing or UFC match than go to WrestleMania.
Let's see. Yeah.
And you're going to shell out some money.
Well, that wasn't my question. Wasn't which one would you rather go to? I'm saying for $700, Phil can't go, oh, you're a fucking idiot if you watch Taylor Swift. But then he definitely, if he had $700 to spend on WrestleMania, you know he'd go.
Yes and no. I absolutely positively never would have paid $700 to go to WrestleMania unless I was a YouTuber. Like, that was the reason that justified that
he
trip.
did pay it.
So you did go and you paid $700, but it's because you're a YouTuber? Well, what if these people are fucking accountants and they spend $700, or they
That's gay, bro.
Or they have rich parents and they got them tickets to Taylor Swift and it didn't give a shit. It didn't matter to them that it was $700. They're rich.
What if they had like a rainy day fund and they decided that's the thing I want to spend it on?
Yeah, fucking Phil's sitting here.
It's their money.
Being an old curmudgeon, like, you're stupid. You deserve everything bad that happens to you if you spend $700 on a ticket. You watched a bunch of oiled up dudes rub against each other all greasily for $700. Some people would consider that retarded.
A bit gay for my taste.
It's tiny bit gay. Tiny bit gay there, Phil.
I knew that going to WrestleMania that year with John Rambo, that we were going to be doing all...
Oh my God, John Rambo? The John Rambo? The guy who, almost killed Sheriff Will Teasel?
I don't know these people.
Oh my God, not John J. Rambo.
This documentary-style content while we were at that trip.
Well, then it's fine.
And that we were going to be able to talk about it for our show Smart Guys, right? There's a difference between...
Smart Guys?
Oh, well, if it's for Smart Guys, then it's totally fine. Then you get a pass, and these Taylor Swift fans are just dumb whores.
I just have to imagine that hanging out with DSP at like a social event
would be the funnest thing you've ever done.
I might have to leave you for him.
Yeah, I understand.
Take up with him and his cat.
Him or Boogie?
Oh, I have to pick DSP. He's slimmer.
I watched a documentary on Boogie recently. It was really good. It was by a guy named Mark. Hi, Mark. It was called The Dark Sad Life of Boogie 2988 or whatever his name is. I watched it yesterday and then I finished it today. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. It's just it's a bummer start to finish. Just a kick in the dick from beginning to end.
I'm a normal person dropping $700 to go to a concert where I can't hear the music, I can't see because people are holding signs, plus it's shitty Taylor Swift to begin with, or... I'm a content creator who's going to make a series of videos and content that's going to be for my business based off of the fact that I'm spending that money.
Oh, so it's different because it's you. Okay. Well, that's all you had to say. It's different because it's me. Well, yeah, Phil, everybody can rationalize what they spend money on. That's why it looks like a waste to you, but it doesn't look like a waste to them because the time they had at that Taylor Swift concert was as good as the time that you had at WrestleMania. And they can... Just like you, they can talk to their friends about it and have these memories forever and ever, and they'll love it.
I don't feel like spending the money to go to a Taylor Swift concert, but I can imagine the fun you'd have there. All those singable songs. Are you kidding me?
Phil is kind of doing the thing that sad internet people do, that projecting their own misery onto other people who aren't miserable, because he's just being a curmudgeonly dick because young people are having fun.
Yeah. And he sits at home.
When young people are having fun, this is a good test for everybody as you get older. If you ever catch yourself getting mad solely for the reason that young people are on a thing having fun, immediately see if you can stop yourself, turn the bus around and go, okay, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy who sees a bunch of young people having fun and going, oh, fuck that. They deserve what happens to them, those pieces of shit. It's probably a giant waste of money. Because you're not yelling at the young people having fun. You're yelling at the fact that you want to be those people and you're not capable of it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And it's people who sit at home alone.
Yeah.
And do nothing but work.
Well, look at all the people who got mad on the internet that Gino, Keanu, you and I went golfing.
They were so mad about that.
They got upset. Like, it
don't get it.
triggered them to watch us go have a good time in the real world. And we're like, guys, just admit you want friends to go golfing with, and this upsets you on some level because it shows a personal failure of yours. And then I'll respect that, and I won't think you're the biggest asshole who's ever lived.
Do you remember that nice picture that the four of us took at the end of our round of golf?
Yeah.
That one time, and there were guys on the internet that are like, look at how unhappy those two women are. They're clearly being forced to stand there.
Like, you can actually see their soul projecting out of their body as they say it. It's like
I hope that those people understand just how funny they are.
They are funny.
Like, I can't even imagine being that insufferable.
I guess Chad recently wanted to shit on, I think I heard this from Gino, or it might have been somebody. No, it was somebody in our chat. Said that Chad tried to shit on Keanu's Halloween episode that we did with Frank the Crusader and everything.
Yeah.
And everyone in Chad's own chat, who I assume hates my guts and thinks I'm the devil, even Chad's own chat was like, no, Chad, that Frank the Crusader bit is objectively fucking hilarious. Like, that's a really funny thing. And it's funnier than anything Chad's ever done. And that was like a throwaway thing for me. But people were like, he was getting mad. It's like when Melton gets mad that people are like, yeah, you know how you talk about Aaron like 500 times in a row, and then he just kind of giddily pokes you once and you lose your shit, and then he melts down and turns his stream off? Chad had almost one of those moments, but he handled it way better than Melton. He just went, oh, well, then I guess we'll turn this off and do something else. It's like Chad's more of a pro than
Chad couldn't find
Patrick
anything
is.
more funny to say than, anything we did on that show.
No, when he does that, he just sits there and plays it and stares at it. It's so uncomfortable. He like doesn't react. He's really bad at reaction commentary.
That was a really fun night.
And it was maybe he was just taking notes on how to be funny. That might have
But
worked.
you should do that probably in like your show prep time, not
Perhaps.
live.
That's the difference. Literally never would have spent that kind of money at all going to something like that unless that were the case. Okay? I have been to wrestling shows before that. I think the most expensive ticket was like $20-$30. In which case, who cares if someone holds a sign in front of you? Big deal. Right? So that's the difference there. Supreme Bug. So nice try.
It really
Nice
does
try.
seem like you're just trying to be cunty to Taylor Swift fans for having a good time.
Because they spend lots of money on this person and now she's a billionaire.
There's
and he's upset.
been shit that I would usually like hate that I've watched people have a good time at, and it's like changed my opinion of the event where I'm like, well, that might be fun.
Like what?
Burning Man.
I would fucking love to go to Burning Man.
Like, I've seen clips
Really?
from Burning Man where I'm like, Burning Man would be fun. The only thing
So much
is
fun.
the R word
The R word.
prevalent out there.
That's not going to happen to you.
The drugging, I know, but I don't want to be
That's
around
not
it.
either. Just do your own drugs and watch your drink.
I don't want to be. I think it would be fun to go there for the day. I think being around those people might get insufferable.
I think you have to go with a group of people that you're comfortable with. Don't go alone. Don't go alone. Go with a group that you're comfortable with, and you're going to look out for each other and have a good time.
Don't go with any less than 4 people, or it could get really annoying, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're trying to stick it to me, saying that, I'm criticizing people going to see Taylor Swift, but I
Yes.
spent that much to go to WrestleMania.
Right.
Except it's a completely different situation, and you're an idiot. But then,
No, they're not an
It's
idiot, Phil.
not.
It's called, it's a simple concept they're trying to put forward to you. Live and let live.
There's actually literally no difference.
There's no difference. Do you know how dumb the Taylor Swift fans think you are for spending $700 to go watch gay pro wrestling? And I say
Dude.
this as a pro wrestling fan. It's gay.
I mean, I wouldn't do it.
And you think the Taylor Swift fans spending $700 to go to a concert is really, really stupid. Guess
I
what,
didn't do
Phil?
that either.
You're both really, really stupid, and that's okay.
Some people spend $700 on a purse.
Yes.
And I think that's remarkably retarded, but they get to do that.
Is it dumb? Of course it is. And then I'm sure something I do is really dumb to them. And that's what makes us okay.
thanks for the super chat regardless. And
Well, that's it. That's the end of the clip. So it's good to see that Phil he hasn't really changed much.
Not at all, actually. I think that we can now skip him for another
Another
year.
Yeah, another year or two.
It's been at least a year.
Thank you, Steel Toe Out of Context, for becoming a member for his 4th month. Says enough with the Jesus, buddy.
Thank you.
Biden Crime Family becoming a member for 17 months. Appreciate it. Green Aaron says, I paid $400 for a play date with my buddy Gino.
You know what? I would spend unlimited amounts of money to hang out with Gino.
Green Aaron also says the head was free, though.
Who gave it, though?
He's a gentle lover.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to suck his dick. It's all hairy and garlicky. No, thank you.
Garlicky.
Carlos Camejo says Schaub is about to become the white Nick Cannon.
Oh, my God. That'd be so funny, though. That guy fucks.
Citizen N, as in, says, Aaron thinks my people are fast. That's right. I was at the show. Did I say they were fast? I had to say more racist shit than that. I killed. Green Aaron says, I want to sit between Rob Thomas and Eric Church and pretend I'm skiing.
Ew.
You fucking pig.
God, that's the most unbecoming trio.
You piece of shit. Tyler says, yeah, my fiance in the beginning of the year bought Metallica tickets for next year, and we live paycheck to paycheck, and it was $2,000. Love Metallica, but there's cheaper tickets than that.
Yeah, like I said, I think ours were about $700 a piece, and we sat right there at the stage. It was well worth it.
Green Aaron says, they need to hire me. I tagged with D'Lo Brown. It's actually a true statement. My first tag match was with the one and only former Intercontinental Champion.
Holy shit.
D'Lo Brown.
Aaron. Yes. Holy shit.
Taste Fairy says, WrestleMania is supposedly going to be in Minneapolis in 2025.
Start saving your pennies.
I don't know. I think my time
Grab
to go
like
to
a close friend and go.
My time to go to WrestleMania, I feel like has passed.
Bring your son.
Maybe I'll bring him if he wants to go. He might like that. 2025, we're looking at 2 years from now, 9. Be about 9. Well, about to turn 10, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you go to a wrestling show, everybody fucking brings signs. It's something you put up with. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I can't see myself enjoying that very much.
I also got to throw another thank you out there, too. It's in here somewhere. I saw it pop up on my phone, so I just wanted to say a little thank you to, God damn it, Aaron, you can do this. Don't be a failure.
I believe in you.
There we go.
Why?
$20 from Mamma Mia, 2 guineas putting garlic butter on their box and scissoring. $20 from them, and that goes into tomorrow.
It's just.
Thank you very much. I got to make sure they didn't
you.
leave a Streamlabs comment, too, because that was just their name. Just making sure. Nope. Okay, they didn't leave a Streamlabs.
Wow.
I didn't want to cheat Mamma Mia, 2 guineas putting garlic butter on their box and scissoring out of their contribution message.
Why garlic butter?
Oh, Green Aaron says, my sign, donate to the goal. There you go.
For the cause.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. By the time that WrestleMania rolls around, there will definitely be no more goal on this show.
Nope.
That will be all done with. Don't you worry. An alley cat has turned a man who was down on his luck into a millionaire. Congratulations, Mersh.
Heartwarming.
Joshua Smith. Oh, it wasn't Mike Shealy. God damn it. Joshua Smith. Mersh is another one that I'm not friends with at all, but we're friendly on the internet. Like,
he's going to hear that and be offended.
Bust each other's balls and whatever. And I like the guy, and I'm pretty sure he likes me, or at least finds me amusing in some way, shape, or form. Shows up on the show every once in a while. People are mad that we like each other or that we don't hate each other. There's a whole subgroup on the internet that tweet me and are like, you like Mersh, you piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah, he's really funny. Like, the tweet I always send back is I go, well, yeah, he's a lot funnier than you're being right now.
I should drop some of my George Floyd Square pictures with Chrissy tomorrow and see how many people go on there seething that I hung out with Chrissy Mayer and how she actually doesn't like me. I just held her hostage. You know, I haven't heard that one before.
So, yeah, some people will be like, oh, you like Mersh? I'll be like, yeah, does it change your life at all? Like, are you going to be all right?
No.
I find myself spending a lot of my time with people who hate me, like trying to comfort them, like trying to nurture them and
like
care for them.
Suckle them back to life.
Yeah, like they're like, you like Mersh, you piece of shit. I'm like, yeah, I do. He's actually very funny and his show entertains me. Can I help you with this? Are you struggling? Can I help you through this difficult time in your life that I don't hate Mersh like you do? I mean, is this going to be all right? Are you gay? Is this something you need to, commit some time to? Let's talk about this.
Okay.
And they get mad at me, and all I tried to do was help, for Christ's sake.
I just don't really look at them anymore.
Joshua Smith just snagged a $1.375 million verdict after a jury ruled his landlord catnapped Frank, his Cheshire cat. Oh, look at Frank. Look at Frank the cat.
Frank.
Oh, God, I'd love to strangle him between the slats and a tennis racket.
Shut up. He's a very dapper cat.
All right, I just thought that would be a creative way to kill an animal. The Oregon man found the stray back in 2017 and took him in at a drug recovery residential facility where he was staying. Oh, no, they're going to give a drug addict $1.35 million?
He's recovering.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm not on your side this time.
Probably $400,000 after taxes and lawyer fees.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna.
He's in recovery. He has a pet.
I mean, God bless.
He's
If he can take $400,000 cash after taxes and everything else, and he can be happy and he can stay away from the smack and stuff like that, then God bless him. Then he's fully recovered. That's great. I just feels like a white knuckle moment is all. Okay. 2 years later, Frank turned up missing, and Joshua knew his landlord was the culprit. The landlord reportedly confessed and said he gave Frank to his girlfriend to take to a local shelter. What a dick.
No, you can't do that.
He sued, and it took the jury less than 2 hours to award the whopping verdict. Typically in these cases, the animal owner could only recover the actual value of the cat, which would be next to nothing. Cats are free.
Yeah, you can just find one. It was free. It was a stray.
Yeah. Although information isn't available, it would appear the jury awarded punitive damages for willful misconduct.
Well, I could say this much because that cat might have helped him through his recovery.
Well, not only that, but I think the jury was just giving him that money basically to make the statement, your landlord's a dickhead. Like, it was basically a $1.35 million dickhead tax on the landlord is essentially what it ended up being. Cage is saying, okay, let's wrap it up.
What?
Sorry, Cage. We'll...
All right, is it time to go?
Jake in the Hudson says, how much are we into Tuesday? Well, with the 110 from Biden crime family and then the guinea scissoring guy, we are $30 into tomorrow morning. So thank you guys very much for that. Taste Fairy says, Mersh has some lolcow qualities that I enjoy, but the Reddit troons that harass him constantly are absolutely insufferable. Yeah, they actually kind of help him in a weird way. Kind of like ours. People always say to me, they go, I just discovered your show. The people who hate you are psychotic. I don't get it.
Yeah, but as long as you spell her name right, you'll still get here.
That's not it. Green Aaron says they're not free at Panda Express. Now, are you saying that as me, or did you forget to switch into your other account? I'm not sure. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And thank you to Biden crime family and Dan Man for being the two big heavy hitters.
Thank you.
On tonight's show. And, of course, the garlic scissor person. I like that
one.
The
guinea garlic scissor person.
The guinea garlic scissor person. I like them as well. April, thank you very much. You're going to be back tomorrow morning.
Sure am, boss. Thank you.
And then you're going to, I think, fuck off until Friday.
I'm going hunting.
After that, I think. I'm not sure.
I'm going to be listening to you fine men.
Johnny will be back on Wednesday and Thursday morning, and that should be a lot of fun as well. But tune in tomorrow at 6 a.m. Central, and don't forget to sign up for compoundmedia.com and watch Gino and I host the Anthony Cumia Show tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time. Everyone take it easy and have a great rest of your night.